What's good? What's good, everybody, man? We are back. We are back after a long hiatus, man. You know, we needed a break. We out here working hard in real life, but the Pistons season is sadly over. But a lot of people expected this. We were not a good team, but besides all of that, man, it ain't Free Smoke Monday. It's Chill Monday. We chilling today. But I got my man Detroit Drew in the building with me. What's good, man?
What's good, everybody, man? How's everyone in the comments doing, man? Make sure you drop a comment so we can shout you out here in a second. Make sure you like the video. And a special welcome to our guest, the Bread 313, man. Glad to have you on, man. I know you're going to bring the free smoke to this chill Monday, man. I'm ready for it.
Right, it's only a chill Monday because we working too damn hard out here.
True.
But man, I got my man the Bread 313, man. We got a sub on for the wrap-up show, man. I thought it was a good idea, man. Good to get somebody that knows some basketball from a different walk. Go ahead, man. Talk to the people. Let them know what you're about, bro.
Hey, man. 40 years old. Been a Pistons fan all my life. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, idolized Isaiah Thomas. You know, he got me into basketball, me and my brother. I parlayed that into a college scholarship, played for 4 years. Division I, Lamar University, graduated, played overseas, ended up getting hurt, toward my Achilles, career over after that. Got into basketball training, development, then got into coaching at Eastern Michigan, the women's basketball team, 2009. Went to WNIT that year.
Then, talk your shit.
Long time they did that. But, left there, went to Henry Ford Community College, where I could be more hands-on with the players, love them a little bit more. Did some things there. And, man, like, I'm just a fan, man. I've been a fan of the Pistons my whole life, and I'm just excited to talk basketball. The team's going in a great direction. And I just want to help bring some extra knowledge to the game if possible, but at the same time, being a fan. Just because I did all that, I'm not right all the time at all. So, I'm just here to learn just like everybody else and talk with everybody.
No, none of us are right all the time. We probably wrong most of the time, but we have fun with it anyway. As my man, who just said that? As my man, Mr. Ray said, Bravo, the hardest working man on YouTube, is in the building, fresh off work, still trying to talk Pistons, man. What's good, Bravo?
What's good, everyone? Here, joining you guys from work. Got a break. I have to see like few people, but I'm able to talk, so hopefully we'll try to talk today.
Man, we appreciate your dedication. We got some people in the chat. Y'all know how I do, man. We got Dolo Dynamite, first man in the building. What's good, Dolo? We got Ryan Bozeman in the building. We got Mr. Ray. We got Chef Curry in the building, man. What's good? We got Kevin, you in the building. Kevin Balenciaga. Is that what it's supposed to be? Billingsley? Kevin Billingsley. Why did I say Balenciaga? I'm fooling. We got Josh Forge, my man Petey Mack in the building. What's good, Petey? Dominic Springs, Shine Down Sports. What's good, everybody? Make sure you guys like the video, and we gonna get it started, man. Now, before we do the season wrap ups, there's something very significant in Pistons Nation that happened, man. We got Tony Porter in the building. Ben Wallace finally got accepted to the Hall of Fame. That came with a whole lot of dumbass haters and a whole lot of people who didn't understand what he did. I mean. I'm one of the persons I feel like I can separate my biases from certain players only because I can see the game. And I'm not being biased when I say I think Ben Wallace is the greatest defender of all time. And if he not, he top 3. But so I don't know I think he has the most defensive player of the years or he's tied. But I mean, we saw what he did to Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, Shaq was putting up 30 and 20. Not against Ben, had him shooting I think he had 20 points on like 8 or 22. It was a terrible shooting percentage, but we know what he's done. But I want to get you guys' thoughts with Ben finally being accepted to the Hall of Fame, along with I'm saying this as a Michigan fan because I'm upset, but along with Chris Webber. Like I didn't want to say his name because Chris Webber just brings up one image to me as a Michigan fan. One image. But we're not gonna talk about that. We're trying to have a good day, man. But Drew, man, what do you think about Ben Wallace being accepted to the Hall of Fame?
Well, timeout on the C Web slander, no pun intended.
Hey, man, you ain't a Michigan fan
then. No. That's probably like the worst mistake in basketball history. If not, it's top 5. Crucial. Did you guys ever see Uncle Drew when they made fun of that? They had a scene.
No,
in
I mean
Uncle
I seen the
Drew.
movie.
Yeah, they had a scene in Uncle Drew, and they made fun of that. It's pretty funny, man. Check out that movie in the chat if you haven't watched
Uncle
it yet.
Drew was actually a good movie.
I hope they make part 2, man. Like that was a phenomenal movie. But not to get off track for the Big Ben, man. Big Ben definitely deserved this. This is long overdue. I think pretty much everyone who got in deserved it. I can't complain. This is probably one of, if not the greatest Hall of Fame classes of all time. I mean, Kobe, KG, Tim Duncan headlined it, man. Those are some of the greatest players we have ever seen play. Kobe, man, it's a special moment, man. Seeing his wife and his daughter up there to put on that yellow jacket, man, just beautiful, man. But Big Ben, he is the heart and soul of Detroit. He is what we want Isaiah Stewart to be because of how dominant he was. Big Ben was undersized, and that's something people forget, and that's what makes him so special. He's the first undrafted player to make it in basketball history. In case you guys didn't hear that, the first undrafted player in the Basketball Hall of Fame in history. Never been done before, okay? He came to Detroit, first game, what was his pregame outfit? He wore work boots to the arena. That's unheard of, man. He came in here, embodied the city of Detroit. The fans loved him. They still do to this day. Every time he's at LCA, all 12 people that are there go crazy, man. And it's really awesome to see that. He's loved here. And for him to be put on this, he is the first and maybe the only member of the 04 team going into the Hall of Fame. When he left here, it wasn't the same. Yeah, Chauncey leaving really demised us, but he got us going, man. Defensively, he shut people down. That block on Shaq, iconic. What he did against the Lakers, iconic. And it's many more than just that. All the mean blocks. I mean, you don't have players like that anymore, man. He sent your stuff into the 13th row. You know, some old lady trying to buy popcorn, and she just lost her $20 bill because he smacked the popcorn and the beer guy out of the stands with all these block shots. It's just something like you don't see players like that anymore. We probably never will again. And it's just awesome to see that. And it took him way too long to get in there, but eventually people recognize this game.
He said Robin's your favorite player. But no, there will never be another player like Ben Wallace at all. There'll only be players compared to Ben Wallace. That's just the way I feel about it. But one thing, man, look, we know Tim Duncan and Kobe. Y'all know how I feel about Kobe. I've been saying Kobe has been my favorite player since I started the damn channel. So y'all already knew what happened when that man passed away, how I still feel. So that was beautiful. I didn't want to watch it because I would have been crying. I don't need that type of energy right now. But rest in peace to my man, Tim Duncan, well deserved. But the Bread 313, man, let's get your thoughts on Ben Wallace going to the Hall of Fame.
All right, first off, I want to say, take it easy on C Webb, man. Things happen, man.
Oh my God, bro!
Look, all I'm gonna say is, I'm not gonna confirm or deny, but it may have happened to me too.
Oh man.
But it wasn't in the national championship game.
I was just about to say it wasn't in that moment though.
A little bit different, but as far as Ben Wallace, man, it's like everything Drew just said. It's like yes, all day. And being from Detroit, he embodies the whole city. Everybody knows this, and it's hard for me to understand these people that don't understand why he's going to the Hall of Fame because he only averaged 5 points a game for his career. But when you're holding teams to 80 points, 70 points, that makes up for that lack of scoring. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody else does it. When's the last time that's even happened? Nobody does that. And I don't even know when it's going to happen again. That's how special he was. You can't quantify his impact on the game in numbers. He brought an energy. He brought an aura, a persona. He had people wearing afros all around the country, wig afros. Like, you been seeing somebody wearing somebody
afro? No, not the afro with the headband. That was the signature. Right? That was the signature, man.
You know, so like that's how special he was, and everybody knew he couldn't score, and he was still that special. So I don't see how you would keep a guy like that out of the Hall of Fame. And like I say, people that don't understand that, I can't understand, and I don't even know if we can have a conversation.
Right, and my thing with Ben Wallace is we talk about the points that he averaged. Yes, 5 points is trash. Let's be 100. But he probably was giving up 4. And that's why, like, he wasn't giving up nothing on that other end. Actually, he was causing turnovers and shutting people down. So that's what it's a little bit different. And people, it's a fun fact that people don't know about Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace was top 10 in MVP voting 3 times. 2002, 2003, I think he was 7th in MVP voting. Ben Wallace, 7th in MVP voting. 2004, when he won Defensive Player of the Year, top 10 in MVP voting. So if a dude is putting up 5 points and he top 20 in MVP voting, how good is he? But if he top 10, he has to be a generational talent at the defensive position, which he was. So it is completely. But bravo, man. Let's get your thoughts on Ben Wallace.
Yeah, I'm really very excited that he's getting in the Hall of Fame. Now he's from a different era. He deserved it. We're not gonna see I totally agree with Drew. We're not gonna see a guy like him. I mean, the guy I really like right now is Bam Adebayo. He's not even close to Ben Wallace in terms of blocking, but the guy deserves it. So it's really I'm glad the NBA decided to give him that, and hopefully the NBA will give us the first pick too. On top of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, y'all. So this show will be about the season's wrap-ups, but for my man Bravo, we gonna have to just kick it straight to the lottery talk because we in a perilous situation now. I think I screenshotted this because I was so hurt at our percentages. I'm like, we lost all these damn games to end up with the 6th pick, but give me a second to find it because it's crazy. Losing all of these games and all right, here we go. So we got 14% chance to get the first pick, 13.4% chance to get the second, 12.7 to get the third, 11.9 to get the 4th pick, 27.8 chance, which means it's gonna happen. Hopefully not. Let me knock on some wood. Of getting the 5th pick and 20% chance of getting the 6th pick. So literally, I need y'all to pray. I don't give a damn if you are atheist. Pray to whatever you believe in, any religion. We need the help because it's not good. It's not looking good. Pray to whoever. I don't care if you believe in trees. Go talk to the tree, bro. Because we need help. We need help because if we get the 5th pick after this season as a Pistons fan, only thing I can say is Troy Weaver. I know you're gonna get a good player, but I'm ready to shoot up the NBA. That's how I'm at. But I won't do it. But Bravo, what do you think about this situation we in?
It's a good question. So, Jamo, if you can share the screen with that tankathon, I'll show you something.
You got yours up if you want me to.
Yeah, I don't have my own screen, but you can use your own. So, all
right, I'll go to tankathon real quick. Give me a second.
It's interesting because I know we have a 27% chance at the 5th and 20% at the 6th, but we have it's really unfortunate. But if you really look at Go on Tankathon, I'll explain something to you very important for the people in here. That our odds are basically 6 balls. Basically, we got only 6 balls chances, and this is how it goes in the draft in the lottery.
Okay, let me share this real quick. All right, y'all. Yeah, all right. What you want me to?
So, Jamo, go into More at the top right corner. More and pick odds. First one, excellent. So if you look at that and highlight.
Oh my gosh! Look at Houston, 47% chance of getting the 5th. I'd be depressed.
So that gives you an idea that Houston has. Look, it's not only don't look at the percentage for everybody, guys in here. This is an education. This is stats in here. Don't look at the percentage. Look at how many chances you got in each team. Houston has the best chance because they have 1 in 5 to land only of those 5 balls, either number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. They got a 47% chance going 5, but they have only 5 balls. We have actually 6 balls, which is not bad at all. All the rest of the teams, the chances of the balls, you have more balls and you got more chances to fall down. So that's the beauty of the draft of the lottery. So I think our chances are very good. But if you look at it, Orlando Magic, in my opinion, I think has the best chance to land the number 1 pick. The reason why I say that, their chances is just like Houston and us. And then also they have how many balls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 balls.
7. And
they have only 26% chance at falling all the way down to 6. Their percentage, the rest of the percentages.
Yeah, and the rest of their percentages are so low that they'll probably end up with a top 3 pick no matter what.
I think Orlando is gonna either land number 3, the top 4 pick, or they could fall down to 6. Us, we have also a couple of balls chances of falling all the way down to 6 or 7, unfortunately. But I think our chances overall, we got a 5 balls chance of falling into the top 4. So that's a really good chance. So I believe the top 3 pick, the Orlando pick is the best pick, but I think also our pick is better than Houston's because of the fact that Houston has like the chance of dropping. We have the chance of dropping or remain the same or going higher.
Houston having a 47% chance to get 5 is like, I would be going, like I said, I would be a nightmare as a Houston fan. I've never seen a percentage that high. That's crazy.
Yeah, but another thing with Houston, if you look at it, what's the best scenario? Is the best scenario for Houston is they remain as they are, number one, which is not going to happen. The most likely scenario, they're going to fall. Their best chances to remain as they are. Us, we have a chance to remain second or go higher, but we have a higher chance of also going down. Same thing with Orlando. Orlando is better because they have a chance of going higher and equal chance of going low almost. So I think our pick and Orlando are the most interesting. Now, the 4th pick is really interesting because you could actually go higher into first, but I don't like the 4th pick because of the fact that always this 4th pick, especially, it's get picked up by other teams from the down. So people are like those teams like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, always most of the time, one of the teams is going to jump all the way up and end up either at 4th or at the 1st or 4th picks. So the Cleveland have a chance of either going down all the way to 7, or they can go all the way to 1st too. So that's the problem with that 4th pick. I don't like it. I think I like our pick, and I think it's most likely we're going to remain as they are. This is how I feel. Are we going to be like second?
Oh, you think we're going to get the second? Hey, but see, I want the second overall pick. I don't want the 1st pick. I'm the only one who wants Jalen Green over everyone else. But that's just me.
So that's an education for all the people in here. Okay, good. I'm glad you showed it for everyone. So we got 6 balls, and that's our chance. So it's not too bad, I guess. It's just this is what it is. We can't change much of the numbers. And I feel like we could potentially fall to 5, but hopefully we'll just remain or stay in top 4. And honestly, I think NBA needs to help us in here. He needs to give us the 1st pick because we're due, just like Drew said.
Yeah, I want to say, like I said, I'll tell y'all how I feel about Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham in a second. But this is a thing that scares me. Houston is a big market city. The NBA will fill that void. AD in New Orleans, yeah. New Orleans lost AD. They got Zion. They just lost James Harden. They could give them Cade Cunningham easy, and Cade Cunningham could be a show in Houston easily. Him and KPJ and C bum self Woody, it could work. But Drew, man, let's get your thoughts about how we looking with this draft situation.
It's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest with you, especially from having flashbacks to last year. But if you look at it, man, we have a good shot at still staying in the top 4, which is my end goal, man. If we fall to 5 or 6, it'll be a disappointment. But I trust Troy Weaver. If we fall out there, he'll get some kind of trade package to move up in the top 4. Not that we'll trade up for the number 1 pick. We just might move up a couple of spots to get back into 4, so that way we are going to be guaranteed either Cade, Mobley, Green, or Suggs. We need one of those 4 guys. Anyone else in the draft that's going to be 5 through 8, I'm not really too interested in. And the sole fact of them not making as big as an impact as those 4 guys I named. But I'm pretty confident we're going to land in the top 4, man. And it's about time, man. Troy Weaver, he knows what to do. Even if we don't get it in the lottery, he's going to get it. 2-phone Troy is the real deal. So I trust him more than I trust the draft lottery to get the job done. And I trust whoever he takes, man.
Yeah, but we know if we get the 5th or 6th pick, Troy Weaver's going to pick a stud. That's not the point.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the point. The point is, why the hell don't we got a top 3 pick? You know what I'm saying? To where Troy Weaver doesn't have to pick a random stud. He just like Jalen Green, Suggs, Mobley, Cade. It's easy. And then none of us can get mad at him picking any of the players I just named because we all think they're going to be good players. And any of them were bust, they're bust. We thought they were going to be good players. But, all right, the Bread 313, what's your thoughts about our draft situation? And do you think it really matters that much?
Honestly, no. And that opinion of mine has changed from the beginning of the season where I was one of the people arguing with you about us wanting to tank. I wanted to tank Cade. I was fading Cade before the season. But as this team has developed, I didn't know Isaiah Stewart was going to turn into what he turned into. I didn't know that Sadiq Bey was going to break rookie records, shoot threes. You know what I'm saying? And Killian, that's who I wanted, outside of LaMelo. And, tumultuous year a little bit to start, but, he got it together and he's going to grow. So with that being said, it don't really matter what position we're in. I feel like we got a number of guys at each spot that's going to fit us. Whether we get Cade, he can play next to Killian. Jalen Green, great fit next to Killian. Mobley's a great fit. We need that defense down low next to Stewart. And then if, Suggs, kind of iffy on him. But I don't really want to touch Kuminga, but I think if we fall to like 5 or 6, a sleeper pick that I think would be a great fit is Davion Mitchell from Baker. You know what I'm saying? He plays defense, he attacks the basket, he scores. He's everything that this team embodies already. I can see him being a great fit if we fall to 5 or 6. So I don't care where we land at this point because I feel like we don't play.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I remember the last lottery video last season, and that's why I'm shook. Because I can see us being like, yeah, that team just got the 6th pick. Let's go. Pistons, 5th pick. Soul is broken. Me cussing out the stream. Me pissed off. Drew pissed off. Stream probably ended. It's over. So I don't want that to happen to us again. But I do think we'll get a top 4 pick. It might be 4. But at this point, I just feel like the NBA needs to just do us a favor and stop playing with us and give us a star in Detroit. Because just like with the Knicks, man, when the Pistons are good, the NBA is just better. It's always been like that. And that's something we can build towards. We know what Cade is. But my thing with Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green, man, it's simple. It ain't nothing deep. I want the dude who I know can score the ball. I don't care if Cade is better than Jalen Green. That's not what I want him for. I don't want him to be the best player. I need a scorer. I need somebody who's going to put the ball in the basket. That's what the Pistons need. And I think he's going to be the best pure scorer in this draft. Didn't say he was going to be the best player. Didn't say he was going to be a top 2 player. I just think as a pure scorer, he's on a different level. You got something to say?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I feel that, and I felt that way. But you got to understand what comes with that line of thinking on the other end. That's the same way you end up drafting Stanley Johnson over Devin Booker.
Oh, hell no. All right, chill out.
It is, though. Chill out. That's how that happens. That line of thinking is how that happens. And I'm not saying it's wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying you got to be ready for the flip side. Same thing. You end up taking you end up taking Luke Kennard over Donovan Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? Because you need that shooter. Donovan Mitchell wasn't supposed to be a shooter.
Donovan Mitchell didn't start shooting until this year, so they were on track.
Scorer, shooter. He only averaged 12 points a game at Louisville. So,
but see, I disagree with that on the fact that Stanley Johnson's he got everybody. That I can't even blame that on him.
He didn't get me. No,
he didn't get me because I wasn't even scouting him. But everybody who saw him thought he was gonna be something like that. I wasn't even scouting him, so I didn't even know who he was. So we drafted him. But when we talking about Jalen Green and like what he doing at 18 years old, it's just like.
He's special,
bruh. Like he gonna be able to score the ball. You can't get me. Now, like I didn't say like K could be twice as better, but I feel like unless K is gonna be a pure better scorer than Jalen Green, and you're confident in that, I got to take the scorer because I believe in Killian's passing abilities. I believe in Jalen Green's passing abilities. Jalen Green can pass the ball too, so it's just it's just a difference of opinion. Of course, everyone's gonna want K, but I just feel like so much inconsistency. And we saw Cade dominate on the college level, but there's still a lot of question marks about him in certain ways, like what his position is, what his real skills are, because what his passing numbers and his assist numbers and all of those, just nitpicky things. But when you look at Jalen Green, the only thing you can nitpick is he's not Cade Cunningham. Like, that's the only thing you can say. Like, he hasn't.
I don't think it's that much of a difference between the two, actually. And when you talk about fits, that's what's going to determine who had the best career. And Jalen Green, not just his scoring, but he has that elite NBA athleticism. He got first-team All-NBA athleticism.
Yes, he does.
The way he gets to the rim, he's able to contort his body with the body control and finish in traffic, take the bumps and everything. That's different. Everybody can't do that. And he's not a big physical guy.
He 18 doing. I'm like, bro, you can't
doing that. Like, I love Jalen Green. That's why I say you cannot go wrong in this draft. We're going to get a great player in this draft. We can't go wrong.
I saw. I don't know why. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll be super wrong, but I'm just obsessed with Jalen Green's ability to score the ball. I'm just like, some players you just look at and just be like, that dude is gonna be a scorer. I don't know what else he's gonna be, but when I'm sure you can be, like when I saw Anthony Edwards, I told y'all, I'm like, yo, he a problem. And I told like he athletic out of this world. I told y'all about LaMelo, didn't I? Didn't I? Told y'all about Killian. Y'all kept hating on him, and then he started balling on y'all. So at the end of the day, Jalen Green, bro, like I can see him being a Bradley Beal level scorer. I'm not saying he's gonna be better than Mobley or any other of those guys, but if I'm just looking at fit, now fit isn't always right. You just take the talent. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just take the talent. Who gives a damn about fit when you can draft Kate Cunningham? I understand that, but scoring is natural. That's what I'm getting at. It's natural.
Look, he played in the G League, shot 38% from three.
It's not like he's just a guy. He was put on this earth to score the basketball. You know, we've seen plenty of players like it's just his natural ability. Cade was put on here this earth to be all around great, and he is. And that's just why I want him, because I truly believe he averaging 16, 17 easy, and I'm 100% confident in that. Every other player I have some questions about. I don't know if Jalen Green can play defense. I don't know what he can do. All I know, he give me 17 on 44 36. That's all I know. Like, and that's what I want.
He got that Mamba mentality, man. That's what I love about it.
And the one thing I like about Jalen Green is he actually has real vision. Like he can pass a little bit. Not like Killian level, but for he impressed me a little bit. But all right. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna get to some of the comments real quick. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already. Franz Wagner incoming. Hey, I like Franz. Franz, I think he should have stayed in college a year longer. But his game just fits the NBA game. But he's raw to me. He won't, like, to me, I could be wrong if he has a great rookie season. I don't think he bursts to, like, year 3 because I just think he's raw. But, you know, they got a lot of those different types of archetypes of players. Who was the last natural scorer we ever had? Grant Hill. That's what every time we bring up anything great about the Pistons, if we ain't going to Zeke, we going to Grant Hill. Like, yeah, Killian was the last rookie to put up 21, 7, and 7 since Grant Hill. Like, Grant Hill was he was the last natural scorer. What, Stackhouse? Yeah. But, like, we really haven't had one. You know, Jeremy Grant was not a natural scorer. I watched him his entire career because I'm a Westbrook fan. He got drafted to OKC. So I watched him his whole career. And, like, he developed into that. Sadiq Bey is great. You know, like, Josh Jackson is, like, a natural scorer type. He's just born to score. You know, he's not as good as some other players. But some of the moves he be doing, I be like, God damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just got game. Some people just have game at putting the ball in the basket. And I just think Green is going to be the best at doing that in this draft. Not saying he's going to be better than Cade or nothing like that. That's just what I want. Drew, man, what's your thoughts about this? Oh, man, that was very insightful, man. I didn't know you wanted Mobley over all of these guys, man. Like, this boy Drew be always hitting us with a curveball, man. It's crazy. But, all right, we going to start with the season review for the players. And I'm going to start with you, Bravo. We going to start with my man Isaiah Stewart, man. What do you think of Isaiah Stewart and what he did this season?
I'm so really surprised by his game when he came to our team. You know, when we drafted him, it was like, what? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? We were really excited about him as much as I was excited about Sadiq Bey. But this guy completely took me of a surprise, and I'm really, like, loving his game. He brings it every day, efforts, and you love kind of players like him. So I'm just really so happy we got a guy like him in our team. And he sounds like a good leader also. Like, he sounds a better leader than other players as a rookie. So he's got his voice behind. You can see him that when he talks on the mic. And I like this Beefs 2 kind of like nickname on him. So it just fits his personality. And just the question is how ceiling, what is his ceiling? That's the only thing, you know. I think his physique is great, but I don't think he's going to be like a Ben Wallace type player. He's probably a better shooter and better scorer than Ben Wallace, but he's not going to be like a Ben Wallace guy. I don't think there's anyone like Ben Wallace. And people like comparing him already to Ben Wallace, I don't think that's appropriate. It doesn't give enough credits for. He's a good player, but he's not Ben Wallace. I'm sorry. I hope that he will. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I love Isaiah Stewart. But let's just stay behind him. I'm hopeful that this offseason he's going to be a lot better, and we'll see how he does.
Mobley is a baby KG. Well, yeah, that's why when Dolo Dynamite, Mr. Ray, that's why whenever I hype up a player, I say assuming they healthy, because injuries will take away the greatest basketball player ever. So that's one thing, but I wanted to make this point. Rip didn't average more than 20 points per game, but he was a bucket from the mid-range. The Bread 313, let me ask you this. What was Richard Hamilton's job for the Pistons? What was he supposed to do?
Score. Run around screens, get easy buckets.
That's all he was supposed to do, and that's what he did. We won a chip, and that's the same point I'm making with Green. I like Killian. I think him and Green can play in the backcourt and set the whole team up. It's not like wouldn't want a, all-around player, but like certain players have roles, and I feel like we don't have that one player on the team that like, bro, you here to score the ball. That's your job. You know what I'm saying? Killian's job is to pass the ball. Isaiah Stewart's job is to play defense. You know what I'm saying? Sadiq Bey's job is to shoot.
Yeah, because honestly, we can't go forward with Jeremy Grant being our number one scorer. We have to have a better scorer.
Hell no.
And Jalen Green would be that. So I agree. I see where you're coming from, bro.
Not just a better scorer. I just want a natural scorer that's really, really good at it at a high level, because any player can become a great scorer. Like, look at Kawhi Leonard. Like, that, he wasn't a natural scorer at all. Look at him. Problem. One of the greatest players to ever play soon.
Yeah.
But you can become that. Like Jeremy Grant, you can become that, but natural scorer is a little bit different. I'll give you an example. And I can't quantify this, but if Kawhi was a natural scorer, he don't go 1-17 in game 7. I hate to say it like that. That's how I feel though. You know what I'm saying? All right, but back to my man Beef Stew Isaiah Stewart. I remember I told y'all in the preseason, I'm like, oh no, he my favorite player on the Pistons. I'm like, this man, you lucky you wasn't born in Detroit. He was born in the inner city though. That's where he's from. You know what I'm saying? And he just embodied everything, and I like the effort, and I like how, when you talk, I need to see some action. He was saying like, yeah, all these guys were scared of me. They ain't want none of me. I was a problem for James Wiseman. They were shook. Then I saw him play against the biggest, baddest bullies in the league and outplayed them and had them shook. DeMarcus Cousins all out of sorts. Marcus Morris talking all in Stewart ear like Stewart did something to him, trying to punk him. Right, but like every dog in the league came after Stewart, and they was like, okay, yeah, this rookie is a dog. Right, everybody. The Nassus, Giannis, and Giannis wanted to smoke. Giannis like, bro, this boy hitting me too hard, bro. I'm about to hit you in your face, man. Stop following me like this, bro. You too physical for me, man. But every dog came up to Stewart, and I know he had bad games, but when you known as a dog and the dogs come for you and you still standing, you dropping doubles. He was a poster child, but he got out of that, thank the Lord, because, oh, my God, it was getting real bad for that man. And I was like, yo, will you play Miles Bridges? Stewart, if you don't move out the way, I'm done with you. And he moved out the way. He didn't get postered. I don't know. But all I know, he was not standing when Bridges was coming, because if Bridges did to him what he did to Capella, y'all, I don't think we would have recovered. It would have been Brandon Knight all over again.
Oh, man.
We wouldn't have recovered, bro. We would have been done. But Isaiah Stewart, I think he can be an all-around basketball player. He's working on his efficiency. He's working on his scoring. It's just like he's really raw, and he has a lot of things to work on. But at the end of the day, he was the best rookie center this year. He deserves all the credit for that, because nobody predicted that. Nobody thought that. As Bravo said, and y'all can go back to the clip, when we picked Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey was on the board, I was spazzing. Because at that point, I wanted Sadiq Bey. And I'm like, I was spazzing. I'm like, why would you take this dude over Sadiq Bey, not knowing Sadiq Bey would still fall because Troy Weaver's smarter than me? So it is what it is. So I'm just glad that he's been very good for us. Like I told you, he's going to be our leader. He's going to be our anchor. Even when he's not the best player on the team, he's going to be the leader on the team, because that's just the mold that he's in. It's guys in the league that's just like that. And he like that. And to me, once he started scoring the ball, that's when my ceiling for him really, really became higher, because at the first it was looking like he was just a run and jump type dude. But once you start getting 19, 18, 19 and 10, 20 and 20, I'm like, oh, hold up now. You can score the ball. I'm talking about on the inside, of course. That's when I'm like, his potential could be limitless. But we have to see, man. We have to see, man. But Drew, you back, man?
Yes, sir.
All right, Stu was by far my favorite rookie since Tayshaun. Those Antetokounmpo brothers brought the smoke and he brought the fire. Hey, bro, I swear, bro, I didn't want them to meet up after because I feel like they really would have been scrapping. They really would have. Giannis would have missed the season. Like they would have been scrapping, bro. Like Stewart would be like, "Well, let's go then, bro." And you know, Giannis is a mess. They from Greece. They from the streets. They grew up poor. So it would have been fun to watch. As long as nobody break their face. But Drew, man, what's your thoughts on Isaiah Stewart in his rookie year, man?
I was very impressed, like you said, from day one, man. I was taken away, man, because I didn't really know what to expect of him. I was starting to get hype right after we drafted him, and I remember this quote to this day of saying when other teams were looking at other centers like Wiseman and stuff, they didn't watch him play Isaiah Stewart because they would have seen that Isaiah Stewart played way better than him, made that guy look like butt cheeks and not the good kind you see on TikTok, but straight up like sandy butt cheeks. It wasn't word for word like that, but that's what he was saying, man. This guy came in and he worked so hard. He came in first couple of months. All he did was set screens, block some shots, grab some boards, and get a dunk and a layup every once in a while. But then all of a sudden, through the course of the season, we started seeing him pull up mid-range jumpers, and they looked really good. And then one game he shot a three that missed, but it looked really good. Then the next thing you know, a couple of weeks later, he's starting to shoot a 3 or 2 a game. It was over the course of the season he developed and he got better. And now he's going into this offseason where I expect him to continue to work on his three-point shooting, where next year he's going to shoot maybe 2 or 3 a game. It's something that you don't see too often with rookies where they adjust and they adapt mid-season, but he took off, and you could just tell when Plumlee was out that Stu was going to have a big game. And almost every single time Plumlee was out of the lineup, Beef Stu had a huge game. Like you said, he is going to be our Ben Wallace type, where he might not be putting up the numbers, but he's going to be our motor. When he's in the game and he's active, the Pistons look like a good team. They run the floor, they get stops, they push the tempo, and they get good open shots. That's what his role is going to be. He's not always going to put up a 20-20 game, but he can get you 20 and 10 a night. That's probably going to be his ceiling as a 20 and 10 guy, but drafting a center like that, that is your expectation. Plus, going into this draft, now that he can shoot the ball, if you draft Motown Mobley, they can fit and work together because they can both space the floor now. He is a modern-day NBA center, something we have been wanting, something that the fans have been wanting since we have had Andre Drummond here. And we finally have that guy now that we can build around and put some more young pieces around and really take this thing off. I cannot wait to get this Beef Stew shirt, man. This has been so long, but this is a guy the city can get behind, man. He's already a fan favorite. It took us, 12 minutes to come up with Beef Stew?
Man, I'm about to say, what was that, Benjamin Foles' nickname? He wants credit for that. I'm going to give you credit. Benjamin Foles, you said the nickname first in public. It was probably known before, but I'm going to give you a little credit. It's like, no. But Beef Stew is one of them players where he might end up being a lifer just because if you get rid of him, we'll right. It's one, he probably, I could say right now, he might end up being on this team longer than a lot of the players that's on this team right now just because of how he plays. But I'm looking at some of the comments. Rip Hamilton was my favorite player on that team. I told you, he's my third favorite player of all time, man. Like, the dude was just, bro. He was a walking bucket, mid-range, automatic, and he played defense. What more do I need from a guy? So, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. We got a chat. Shout out to my man Dominique Davis, always supporting, man. And shout out to all the people in the chat, man. It's Above the Rim. We are back. I got my man, my sub, the Bread 313 that subscribes to all of our channels in the building, talking some sports with us, man. We got Stewart is more like a versatile Jason Maxill with a higher upside. I agree with that because, man, I love Jason Maxill. Man, he was one of my favorite players. Hey, Donnie said, yo, Piston had his fire, bro.
Oh, I appreciate you, bro.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to my man Saddiq Bey. The surprise of the whole draft, Mr. Saddiq Bey, man. And I'm gonna start with you, Bravo. What did you think about Saddiq Bey and his rookie season? I mean, breaking the rookie 3-point records, just everything he was able to do. this season.
Yeah, the guy was like really was. I was expecting it. He came really he's gonna be the seal of the draft. I called it multiple times.
Yes, you did.
He's one of the guys that I really wanted the most. Actually, I wouldn't really mind drafting him in at the first spot instead of Isaiah Stewart, but. He actually surprised me with the numbers of volumes of threes he shot, and I wasn't expecting that Casey's going to let him shoot all these threes. Casey is not a guy who gives it all to the rookies, but this year he gave it. He gave a lot of shots to Sadiq Bey, and he really in several games shot like 5 in a row, which is amazing. So this is what really you want to see from your team as a rookie. So I really love his shot. His 3-point shot is amazing, and I think he's got a lot of chance to develop and become an all-star in the next few years. I think he's the best players I think we have right now out of the top 3 rookies. I like Isaiah Stewart. I think he's my favorite rookie because he took me out of surprise. But Sadiq Bey is probably the best, the better one because he can shoot it and he showed us some flashes of he's able to take it off a spin and take it on the post. So if he can work on these in the offseason, especially dribble through, he's going to be lethal. He's going to be lethal. The problem is the way he shoots the ball. He just needs to make an adjustment in that shot. Maybe if he wants to shoot off the dribble, he's not like a guy who's designed to shoot off the dribble. He's more of a catch and shoot player. But if he can make an adjustment in that shot off the dribble, man, he's going to be he's going to be unstoppable next year. And I'm really excited for him. It's just he fits our timeline, and I think he's a guy who deserves a max contract, in my opinion. If you really want to give like a 20 million, 22 million for a player, he is worth he worth more than Buddy Hield kind of player, probably. He worth it. So I'm really happy we got him.
Yeah, let it be known that Bravo was the biggest Sadiq Bey fan on the show, especially after we drafted him and we did all of our little predictions. And Steve-O said Bey was definitely worth trading Luke Kennard for. Yes, he was, man. I was not happy because I still think we could have kept both. But, hey, I mean, now we want Diallo. Hey. But anyway, no, 100% that dude's a problem. My thoughts on Sadiq Bey, and we talked about it before, what he can be, what he cannot be. I had a problem with some of his things this year, but we gonna focus on the positive first. The positive, goddamn, can he shoot them lights out? Man, this boy, what I tell y'all, he had like one of the prettiest numbers I ever seen because when he shot the ball, it looked like he was just like pushing it, and it was just like floating to the rim, and it would just go in every time. Like I was just like, bro, I don't know how he's doing it. One thing I like about Sadiq Bey is he is an older player. But sometimes being an older player to really helps you. These guys from Villanova be coming in ready. DiVincenzo wasn't a first-year player. Josh Hart wasn't a first-year player. Neither is Sadiq Bey. Jalen Brunson wasn't a first-year player. Mikal Bridges was not a first-year player. All good starters or rotational pieces right now. Okay? Sadiq Bey, probably better than all of them, to be honest. He came in with such good IQ that he was able to fit in with the veterans and pick his spots. And that's what I value. And apparently, Dwayne Casey told Sadiq Bey to his face, I don't think you're good enough for this league. I don't think your abilities can translate to the NBA. And I'm just like, first of all, if you're trying to motivate a dude, cool. But, like, what do you know about basketball to even be saying that, bro? Like, what? Like, what? I don't even know. Why would you even say that to him? Like, if you want to be critical and, like, motivate somebody, but why would you say something that's just not true? Like the man, I don't care if he was trash, he could still shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like it's plenty of bad players in the NBA, but they can still shoot the ball. But I guess it motivates Sadiq Bey to be great. I mean, look, Bravo was right, man. He's looking like the best young player on the team. Just off of stats, even if I have some disagreement with that. But just off of the stats and production, the man had the greatest season ever for shooting threes, better than Steph Curry. He's shooting the lights out. I think he's in that Chris Middleton, Jaylen Brown lane. That's the type of player he's going to be once he develops all of his skills. We don't know if he can be as good as or better than those players. But since he came into the league a little bit older, I say he still got about 4 years, though, of improving that basketball. So he has to improve his handle, though, the negative. He has to improve his handle. He has to pass the damn ball more. Like, sometimes I know he can shoot, but Sadiq Bey be taking shots that, like, I be like, bro, what are you doing? pass the ball. Like it's like if he get the ball, he gotta shoot it. Almost on some shot checker type thing. That's just things that he has to learn. His finishing to me was just terrible. The only reason I'm calling it terrible because it would be different if these were tough finishes, but these were like layups. I'm just like, bro, how are you missing all of these layups? And some of these were wide open layups. So I would love for him to work on that, but it's things that he learned. I would say last month of the season, he got way better at finishing, got way more aggressive going to the rack because the scouting report was out, so he was able to adjust. And that's something that I like to see. I'll even give the bum Dwayne Casey credit for letting Sadiq Bey have a green light to run free, even though he shouldn't have had that green light. But you let him have it, and he ran free, and it's worked out. I'm going to go to the super chat. We're going to get to you, the bread, see what you think about Sadiq, man. Bey needs to improve his handle and definitely his playmaking. He stared down a few open teammates and say shit. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I didn't see his comment before I said what I just said. I didn't see this comment. I did not see what he said, y'all. But that's what I just said. Like, bro, sometimes I be like, Sadiq Bey just get it up, shooting it. I'm like, bro, you got to do it wide open right here. Why are you shooting it with a dude right in your face contested and then you shoot a bad shot? Like, I saw a lot of times where he would just do that, and I was just like, what are you doing? But, that's something that he has to learn. And I just got to say, I'm proud of Troy Weaver for getting that boy. And I'm very happy that we got lucky he didn't get picked up. As y'all know, Naismith and Sadiq Bey were people that we scouted. And I just want to say to our own horse a bit on above the rim real quick, and Drew can echo this. How many years are we going to tell y'all the players that's supposed to be good come out the draft? And how many years do we got to be right for y'all to realize to know that we got something over here? You know what I'm saying? Well, we went from Sekou to LaMelo to Sadiq Bey to Anthony Edwards to Kevin Porter Jr. Oh, my God. Kevin Porter Jr. Y'all remember how much – I got a video highlighting all of the players that I wanted. It was Sekou, Kevin Porter, Carson Edwards, KZ Okpala, and like a couple other players, and I ranked them. You know what I'm saying? Right. Hey, Dominique Davis, it's crazy over at Bobo. We got something over here, and I just hope that Sadiq Bey will be able to stay healthy and just grow. But the Bread 313, man, what do you think about Sadiq Bey? From your perspective, seeing as you played a little, coached a bit, what do you think about his game and what he can be?
Oh man, I think you guys hitting right on the head, man. Where he's coming in shooting the ball, man, that's historical. So you never know what's going to grow from that. But I think for him to take that next step, he got to improve on finishing at the basket. You know what I'm saying? And when you watch him drive, he's not really quick enough to get around the man, so he ends up getting cut off. And he ends up turning his back and trying to get stuck. And he don't really have no post-up moves yet. So he improves his post game because I don't think he'll ever be quick enough to just blow by guys. But if he improves his post game and uses his strength, because he's a big dude. They list him at 215.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
235.
All he got to do is use his power.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the speed. Just use your power because you're bigger than a lot of these
exactly.
guys.
So, once you develop that game where you go and take him down in the post and you get a few new moves out of there, the sky's the limit for that guy. I mean, you're talking about the 20-plus point a game scorer. You know what I'm saying? All-star. So, I mean, yeah, that's a guy right there. But he has to do that. He's not going to do it just shooting threes. This is the finished product, and, that's what it is. That's.
I don't think this is the finished product, not at all. I think he got 4. Like I said, he got 4 years of getting better just off of him being young. He ain't too old. Like he's only like 21, right?
21. Yeah, he's 21.
So he still has some years. But that's why I brought up the last month of the season though, because he did start to be forced to put it on the floor more. And I can't remember that game but it was recently where he didn't shoot well from 3, but he scored like 17 or 15 points, and he kept going inside.
Yeah, I had money on that game. I had 3+3.
No, you know what's funny? That game, I had bet on his points. And I was worried about the threes, and he did. He killed me on his 3, but he got his points because I had bet on him. So I was like, well, he got his points. But I was like, bro, how you don't shoot no 3? But no, he was like 1 and 8 from 3 for that game. But that was something that I wanted to see. Benjamin Foe is killing me, bro. J-Mo ready to talk about killing. He got the clip ready to fire. You already know, bro. But we having some fun here. But I think the sky's the limit, like you said, for Sadiq Bey. I'll start to get worried about him if in year 3 he's still the same guy as now. That's when I'll give him next year to do whatever the hell he wants. Because unlike most people, I know that basketball players take time to develop, and you can't be judging them so harshly so early when these guys have just gotten to the league. That's why, I don't care what he does next year. I'm saying it right now because to me, that's just another year of learning for him. Same thing with Killian Hayes. You know, that's just another year of learning. We hope to see him blossom, but it don't always happen. We don't know. But that's that. Like, I'm more and more friendly with these younger players, man, because I've seen so many year 5, year 6 guys, Julius Randle, Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Jaylen Brown, first year being an All-Star, pan out. Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler. I can keep naming players. Players develop. That's what happens in the NBA because they come in so young, but they're way more talented. So that's why they get drafted so early. But no, man, we not. If everything works out, he could be that Brown, Leonard, or PG two-way type of player. Now, if he's as good as Paul George or Kawhi, that's something that I can't see right now. But man, we gonna win the championship for sure. I'll tell you that. But as my man Benjamin said, we got to talk about my man Killian now. I got to see how many games did he play? 26. So first off, y'all know I'm gonna kick this off. First off, I got to go in on Killian for not being healthy, man. It's not a good look, bro. That's how you get traded when you're not healthy, man. I know that because Magic Johnson said the only reason he traded is though because he wasn't healthy. Really. Well, the only reason they were looking to move him because he wasn't really healthy, but now that he's healthy, it's a wrap, and you see what's happening. So he's gonna have to me, that's my main thing for Killian next season. You got to play 60 games. If there's still 82, you got to play 60 games. Besides that. I do feel like that injury was a blessing in disguise for him, though. It was like a little mini G League for him. He was able to sit back and watch the game. And he was able to see some young guards running, gunning, challenging for a spot. You know, put a little fire up under his belly. We know the young guards that I'm talking about. We had 3 of them, Smith, Jackson, Saban. He saw all of that. And he came back in and he adjusted. But I will say that one thing about Killian that I was saying all year, though, is even when he was missing these shots, he's able to find space and create to get to these spots. And I'll keep saying it. And it's not that deep. Every player can't get to all of these spots to have an opportunity to score just because they don't got the ability. Now, he has to finish the damn bucket. We know that. But the fact that he has the ability means eventually he'll be able to finish the bucket because he works. And we saw that with his 21-point game. He was taking the same damn shots he was taking all year. Yes, he was way more aggressive. But them floaters... Them the same shots he's been taking. Cooking people, shaking bait. You know how many times we've seen Killian shake and bake somebody and then shoot a bad jumper? We've seen it. But the fact that he was able to do that shows you, like, when he gets his jumper right, the dude is an absolute problem. Like I said, what he did on his career high is something he's capable of every night. Had some of the best, had a highlight passing plays on the season with that pass he made. Phenomenal passer, phenomenal defender. He just needs more playing time to work. He still has to work on his jump shot. But I was glad to see him get to the free throw line. Like I said, he's a real good free throw shooter. Free throw shooting is just natural for some players. They always good at it. They don't have to work on it. Like, he's an 80% plus free throw shooter. Just want to see him get more aggressive. But the one thing about Killian that I love the most is a lot of times this season, we saw that injury or injuries kind of bother him, and he kept playing. And he didn't play bad. So I feel like a lot of players are like, oh, Nick here, oh, Nick there, you know what I'm saying? And not want to push it. But every time we saw him take a scary fall or a scary bump and all of our hearts beating fast, he went back on the court, kept playing. And to me, that's a great sign. And it let me know that even though he can get these nicks and knacks, he's still truly healthy with his young 19-year-old body, because he did get a lot of nicks and knacks, but he kept playing, and it wasn't like it affected him. He still had his explosion. But I think Killian's ability to handle the ball is probably his most underrated skill among Pistons fans. That dude handles it nasty. And we talked about this when we were scouting him. The bread, no. It took a while for him to start saucing people because he had to get confident. But you see who did he do that to, that Bulls game? Oh, my God. Like, his handles is nasty. You saw what he did to Tyrese Halliburton. I'll tell y'all all right now, when he cooked Tyrese Halliburton, that forever sold me on Killian, because Tyrese Halliburton came for his neck, and any baller will tell you. Tyrese Halliburton was trying to cut his head off, bro. I saw it.
That block, too, yeah.
You said what?
Don't forget about that block on Halliburton, too, yeah.
Yeah, bro. He was coming at Killian, bro. He was coming, and Killian was like, bring it, bro. Cook, bop, steal, block, pass passing over you. And that's when I was like, okay, when somebody G-check you, you're going to step up. And I remember he had a bad game before they played the Hornets. And I was like, just because he playing LaMelo, Killian going to play better today. And he did. So it's like, one thing with me is like, players get G-checked a lot in the league. And to me, I want to see your response. Like, a lot of people hate on Lonzo, but that's why I'm such a big fan of Lonzo. Whenever Lonzo get G-checked, he do something crazy. Man dropped 2 points his first game, 29, 11 and 9 his second game. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the Warriors? He had like 7 points played bad. The Warriors was laughing on the bench, talking shit. Next game, 33 in they mug while talking shit and cooking their ass. Whenever people are challenged, it's about what you do because those show who's going to be the stars and who aren't. Because whenever you challenge, I've seen Killian challenged a few times by some players. So, while we ain't going to talk about what he did to Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony probably had his worst game of the season. Boy, had that man in a prison in the chamber. He was talking about, he hit that game winner talking about, I'm the one. And Killian was like, you the one when you're not playing me, bro. He erased Cole Anthony, but we don't talk about it because we only care about scoring the ball. It's cool. I know I had to go on my rant. It's not like I'm going to say he had a great season because he was hurt. I give him like a B- just because his passing ability and defense were that good. He has a lot to work on. He got to get better at scoring the ball, got to fix his right hand. We know, but he showed way more flashes to me. And I just feel like with some of these players, they got to show you flashes to where you can believe in them. And let's be honest, man. I'm going to ask all of y'all, did any of y'all think Killian was going to drop 20 this season?
No.
Before the season, I thought he was, but once them first 7 games came about, I didn't think I see that.
No, I mean talking about after he came back.
Yeah, after he came back, no.
I thought he'd be about a 12-point per game scorer.
No.
Like this season, right? But when he did what he did and put up that 21, 7, and 7 in the shot making and the confidence, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, oh, no, he's going to be fine. He just has to get used to playing. He's played how many games? 26 damn games? And y'all judging 25 games? Come on, bro. I'm guarantee you, Killian, if he played this whole season, I'm talking about 50 games, he would have been so good already.
My thing about Killian, though, is like, yeah, he's not scoring and everything like that, but it's not that he can't score. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of these guys out here that they can't score. Killian can score. He has the shot. He's got that floater. You know what I'm saying? He's got that pull-up jump shot. He can shoot the three. He has a good release. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just not aggressive. He goes to the hole looking pass. He's never looking for a shot. The second he starts getting more aggressive and learning when to take his shots and how much he needs to take his shots, it's gonna open everything up. It's gonna be huge. Learning.
Yeah, let me see. I got a super chat. It says, bro, think about this. Killian was out there crossing dudes, and his right hand was yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Killian handle is nasty. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give him a couple years. Like year 3, like I said, year 2. I hope he plays great, but year 3 is when I'm really gonna try to see what he's doing if he's healthy, because he has to be healthy. But with Killian, man, he just needed to be out there and get his feet wet. And his floater game is serious. A floater is a God-given thing. I feel like you either got a floater or you don't. Not everybody got a floater. But I'm like, bro, you can do – and this is my thing.
You can do that from the free throw line.
Yeah. My thing is, it's like because of everything he can't do, he was holding himself back. So because he knows he's struggling with the right hand, he wasn't using the left. And I really like what he's doing. It's like people are trying to keep him from being dominant with his left hand, even though he's left hand dominant. I'm like, we know James Harden's ambidextrous, but he's pretty damn left hand dominant. And I'm just like, let him be left hand dominant as hell and work on that other stuff later. And that's why he had such a good game, because he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go with my left every time, and I'm gonna hit a floater. You ain't gonna stop me.
But you know what I think was really good for his development as well was when we traded for Corey Joseph. Because if you watch Corey Joseph, even though he's way smaller, he's not quick either. So when he goes to the hole, he's not really getting by his guy. He knows how to use his body. When he gets cut off, he does that little spin move, and he's crafty around the basket. And I think Killian, he could learn a lot from that. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to use his body, because he's not a guy that's going to burn by guys. He's kind of likes to be bait. He gets cut off a lot, and he runs out of room. So as soon as he figures out that, man, I think, man, Killian, man, he's going to get you 18 to 20 points a game with 9, 10 assists. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with Dominique Davis, man. Killian need to watch some Harden tape. Like, look, obviously he got to fix the right hand and all of that. But, like, I'm with that. Like, man, I wish people would have told him, like, look, I know you're already struggling, but just be super aggressive with your left hand, and we probably would have saw a lot more higher scoring games with the floater. Because, like that float, like, he can just create space for that floater almost whenever he wants. Unless he's on a really good defender, like, he get open for that floater all day.
Anytime, yeah. This guy's like D'Lo. How much does D'Lo go through? I mean, right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, he's left-handed, but
yeah,
wasn't D'Lo one of the comparisons, though, that I had for him? I say he reminds me of a mix between D'Lo and Zoe.
Yeah.
So,
and if you look at the things that they say negative about him, these are the same things they said about Zoe in his rookie year.
That's true.
First 2 years, the same stuff. Zoe had them games he scored 0-2 points. They're crying about, oh, this guy can't score. How you gonna play in LA and can't score? You know, you heard these same issues with Zoe. And Zoe, he ready. SVG, the one that messed up Zoe this year. Zoe ready.
Yeah, Zoe hitting 8 threes in the game, shooting the lights out now. So,
you want to run point? You got Brandon and Zion running point, man. Come on.
But see, that's why player development. This man Fran Vincent came in there and turned Bi and Lonzo into shooters. Both went from 60% free throw shooters to 80%, bro. Like, player development matters, and I sound like a broken record, and people don't like to hear, oh, wait for him to get better. They don't like that. I understand you like to live in the microwave era, but well, look, we got Sadiq Bey, year one balling. But that doesn't mean he's going to be better than some other players this year just because he was balling this year, but everybody develops different. And when it comes to Killian, man, he showed every time I feel like we all are human, man, and it's just basketball. Sometimes we going to question players. You know, like, is he really that dude or is he really a bum? And whenever I had questions about Killian, he always delivered. And you brought up Lonzo. That's why I stuck with him. Every time I question Lonzo, he get G-checked. This man come back with some shit. Every fucking time. I'll even go back. I'll never forget this because it was one Jamal Murray. First time he played Zoe, they won the game. And he decided to dribble the basketball around Zoe. Julius Randle and, B.I. like got out of him body because you know how disrespectful that is. Next game he played Jamal Murray. First triple double, 16. What he had, 16, 16, and 10. And he been whooping Jamal Murray ass ever since. Go check the defensive numbers. That's the type of stuff I need to see. And when I saw because I swear, I watched basketball. I watched Halliburton. He came out like Killian said he effed his mama or something. Like, boy was like, yeah, I'm about to cook this dude and show. I should have been picked. You could tell, like, the pep in his step. And I told you, I watched Halliburton play. It looked like he was pressing a lot. I'm like, what are you doing? I said it before. Halliburton would have had a better game than Killian if he just played normally. But he was trying to press, and he came for Killian neck, and it didn't work. But, all right, I've been talking too damn much.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. What do you think is Killian's defensive ceiling?
Defensive player of the year. All first team. Defensive player of the year might be far-fetched because he only 6'5". But first team, 4 times at least for first team. Because I'm going to be honest, man, that first preseason game, I was like, I expected his defense to be good, but not this good.
Yeah.
You know, I seen him go up against some of the best players in the league already. And to me, it's about if you make a player go to his go-to move, then you're a good defender. It's kind of like in a sense where if I'm Bradley Beal or Kyrie and I got to put on my whole bag just to score on you, right. You know what I'm saying? Because, the best defenders in the league get scoring on, but sometimes it's just about how great are you going to make that offensive player be in order to make this shot? You know what I'm saying? When I watch Killian go against some of these like all-star caliber guys, they working hard as hell just to get a bucket, and half of them not getting buckets on them. So right. I think he definitely first team all defensive type of player. I did not think he could be that good coming. I just thought he would be like very good. Mm-hmm. Like his passing, he impressed me a lot, man. I think I was high on him. I feel like I underrated him a little bit. Yeah, but his passing is a defense, because his passing and his defense specifically, those two things are much better than I thought they would be. Yeah, I thought his passing would be like if I was to give you a scale, like at a Malcolm Brogdon solid level rookie year. Some of these passes, I'm like, yo, he got real vision. Like, this is like, and I know it was his first game back against the Knicks. I had to go see it. I'm like, Killian is back. I have to go. We watched the Knicks game. The Knicks whooped our ass. But when I was watching Killian, I was amazed, and this is watching it live. I was like close to the floor because I didn't know where he was passing the ball, and that's usually hard for me to not know where you're passing the ball as a player. But I'm like, where is he throwing it? I'm like, oh, it's a dude over there. Like literally, like, oh, he open. I didn't even see that.
Around on a bullet too, you know what I'm saying?
And
like,
remember when I'm talking about the first game, he threw that when he threw that pass to Diallo. I swear when I tell you, I ain't even see Diallo in the corner, bro. And I'm watching again. I'm seeing. I couldn't see it, and I'm watching, and I'm like, and then that pass he did to what was this deep? I'm like, yo, this man. And some of his other passes, the pass he did to Sekou and Trent, I'm like, yo, he's a much better passer and defender than we give him credit for, and that's why I give him leeways with his scoring, because as the great Zeke Isaiah Thomas said, referring to Lonzo Ball specifically in his rookie season, Zeke said this about Zoe, and it's staying with Killian. Offense is the easiest thing to learn. He has the defense, he has the shooting already. All he got to get used to doing is shooting the ball better and scoring the double figures, and Lonzo will be fine. Zeke's right. Look at Zoe now. So it's the same thing with Killian. Offense is the easiest thing to learn, but defense and passing ability, don't have it.
And the thing, what I think makes his defense so special, point guard is a hard position to defend. These guys are so quick. There's so much space out there. You're getting all these picks. He works that pick and roll beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And he's strong enough to bump the ball handler to keep him from getting around him. And then you watch this guy's hands. This guy's got some of the best hands I've ever seen. Like when he gets his hands near the ball, he just takes the ball from people. I've rarely.
You saw what he did to Theo Maladon couldn't even dribble in front of him.
Everybody,
he couldn't even dribble. Like he couldn't dribble in front of this man.
Man, it's like a little kid. It's ridiculous, man.
Bro.
I haven't seen name me other NBA players that do that. It's only a couple. That's special right there. Anyway, you want about a big man get his hands near the ball, it's out.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think my comparison is gonna be spot on in the future. I said he a mix between Lonzo and D'Lo. He has some of the offensive. This is what I said. He has some of the offensive things that Zoe didn't have, like the handles, the floater that D'Lo had early, and then he's had the defensive things that D'Lo didn't have. And then when you combine them together, he has some of Zoe offensive struggles, some of the things that D'Lo had to work on. When you combine them together, you get Killian, man. And I'm starting to feel like the left hand dominance. We just got to see how high can he reach that ceiling. You know what I'm saying? But bravo, man. What's your thoughts on Killian and how he played this year? The good, the bad, the ugly, the great, man. What's your thoughts?
I think it's fair. I'm not going to give him too much because he's just got out the injury. So the biggest thing for me is his injury. I was worried about it. I was completely down when he got injured, and I thought it's going to be a career-ending injury. Everybody thought that, right, guys? So when he came back into rehab, I think the thing I watched the most when he came back off an injury, I just saw how he moved, how he shuffled his feet, step back, step forward, step to the side. He's able to move very well still. So that's the biggest thing for him. And I'm not worried about his game because I know Killian Hayes from the draft. He was my top guy, and I think he's still going to be probably the one of the best rookies we have. And I think he's just not shooting the ball as I thought because I think it's just adjusting to the game. His shot mechanics, he's not 100% all the time consistent. He just needs to be more consistent with that. I think he's just.
I think his shot mechanics they're very good.
Oh,
he just gotta make
his balance is off a lot. He likes to fade a lot on some of his threes, especially. And that's what it is. When he doesn't need to, he's fading a lot. He can just shoot a regular.
See, that's the thing about learning the NBA strength. Like he's strong, but on the NBA he'll be able to take those deeper shots just because you got to get used to taking those type of shots. But you're right about that. He need to stop that.
No, you just need to be more. So when I notice his form is not all the time consistent. Sometimes when he shoot it off the dribble, he's not consistent. He just needs to learn that shot off the dribble. He's a lot better catch and shoot player. So we saw him. He can shoot the three of a catch and shoot motion rather than off the dribble or a step back. So that's what I like. I wasn't. If you watch him in the draft before when I was scouting him, he wasn't really as a good catch and shoot player as much as he was better off the dribble. So he was better when he was playing in France off a dribble in Germany. But now he sounds like better of a catch and shoot than of the dribble, which is I don't think is a big deal. I think he's just going to be just a shot form and consistency. And I think again, the biggest thing for him is his injury. So I don't think you can judge his season. I think he's just played just fine because his defense was good. He shoveled his feet, and that's the biggest thing for him. And All I loved about him is his defense and his passing skills. He averaged 5 assists, 5.5 assists per game is just remarkable. We haven't had a rookie point guard does this since Brandon Jennings. I don't know when was the last time we got a good rookie who can make assists, dish the balls like that. So
he averaged 5.3 assists on one of the worst shooting teams in the league.
Yeah,
probably. I don't know what our shooting numbers are, but I know we wasn't a good shooting team.
I wasn't. You guys were like high on his scoring. Like you guys expected him to score like 12.
No, I don't think any of us were like Killian is gonna like. Remember, the main reason I had LaMelo over him because LaMelo was a better natural scorer. Yeah. That's what I like. None of us expected him to come in dropping, a lot of points, and then none of us expected him to struggle as much as he did early on either. So it's just both sides to it.
Yeah, the thing is, those Piston fans, man, they quickly rush into judging these players, and they're still 19, 20. You can't do that, man. He's 19, he's 20. You got to wait on him until he turns 22. Some people you have to wait until 23. Some people are late bloomers. Some players are late bloomers. They're just not that good when they're young. Like Sekou, he got a lot of hate this year. Same thing with Killian.
Ridiculous.
When he started playing better, we saw the Motor City Sports Talk. He just completely killed him with his comments and his videos. You can't do that. This guy is still 19. When he turns 22, you can just have a chance to really evaluate it better. You can't do that. You have to stick with your players, stick with your teammates, and I think they're just going to be just better overall in the next couple of years.
Shout out to Avery Giovanni, Spirits of Detroit podcast. I literally never heard of you, but it seems like you know your stuff, man. Shout out to you, man. I actually won the Spirit of Detroit award, but that's another story for another day. Killian nickname should be Dimeback. No, you already know what his nickname is. Don't make me get my jersey. I'm gonna have to kill. It's been that, bro. That's kill, bro. And that name gonna stick. And I already saw people stealing the name because I never heard nobody say that. And I randomly started to see. I'm like, bro, y'all stole my name already. His nickname is Kill. Straight up, bro. Bravo. Dominique Davis got a question for you. He said he came back fairly healthy from the injury, but do you think it's one of those that may affect his longevity in the league?
So he's potentially can to re-tear that hip torn labrum again. That's a problem. So I think in the offseason, what he noticed that when he came back with an injury, if you guys pay attention, he lost some weight. He's not like the same guy when we drafted him first day. When we saw him the first day, he was like 222 pounds. But he lost some weight, and I think that kind of helped his reducing the pressure on that hip. When you do that you can be able to live with it. So it's not a career-ending injury, but it can happen again.
Yo, it's hilarious. This man said, Killian, dog. You fooling, bro. That boy fooling, dog. Oh, yeah, Steve-O makes a very good point. Killian didn't even have a real offseason to work with the Pistons and learn the system. He got drafted after 2 weeks later he was playing. And then people will bring up Tyrese Halliburton and LaMelo and Anthony Edwards, forgetting LaMelo was more pro-rated than everybody. I'm going to tell you why, because he played pro basketball for 3 years. Yeah, he was more pro-rated than everyone. Sorry to tell you that. That's not taking nothing away from the guy. He's generational. We know who he is. But Anthony Edwards and Halliburton, they're used to playing against American basketball and against American players. You got a guy coming all the way over from France, don't even speak the damn language barely, because he speaks the language because his dad is from here. But, not his first language. And he ain't even used to playing this kind of ball. And I had told y'all, what I tell y'all about overseas players, I had told y'all it takes a half a season for them to get used to the game. And if you go by when he was hurt to when he came back, after that half a season, Killian got used to the game. Dog, y'all is killing me, bro. Killmonger, Killian, dog. Y'all tripping, dog. Kill, dog. But once that happened, you saw him get a little bit better. And like I said, man, if I didn't see that explosion, like if I didn't see a lot of stuff, I just feel like he just looked like a better player coming back. You saw the explosiveness. You saw even a better jumper, better decision-making. Got to work on some of the turnovers. But, hey, I feel like if this man was scoring, like, bruh, it'd be a superstar year 3. Like it'd be too good. Like he was averaging 17, 18. Like this boy will be way better than the trajectory that he's already going to be on. I already think he's going to be a great player, but like everybody don't get it all in the bag of chips at the same time. Everybody has to work for something, like Melo and Edwards, they got to work on things too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to work on something. And the fact that he dropped that 20-point game, I'm not gonna overreact on one game, but the reason I'm gonna contradict myself here is because I'm gonna overreact because, like I said, I didn't think he was dropping 20 this year. I just didn't.
And then how many people did you have to listen to telling you that he would never be able to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
it was just good to see. You just needed to see it one time. You know what I'm saying?
No, Killian was born in Florida, but he grew up in France because his dad played overseas. So like, it's like French is like his pseudo first language over English.
They say he used to come back every summer to Jacksonville or whatnot, or wherever in Florida, and hang out there and play down there a little bit.
Brian Shook, man, he already off something. I can already tell. Killian nickname should be Killer. As in, ain't nobody want the killer, but they gonna get him anyway. Hey, Killer Kill, bro.
Killer Kill. I like Killer Kill.
No, and one thing I do want to say, specifically with Killian, and Brett, you said you 40, man. I'm 27, man. We older out here. I feel like these young kids really be watching us. And specifically Killian when he was in Detroit. Because you remember that his first video, I'm going to paraphrase, but he basically said, I know where I'm at. I know if I play like trash, they going to shit on me. And guess what? They shitted on him. They shitted on him. Even though, like I said, 3 of those first 7 games he played very good in. Mm-hmm. But including the game he got hurt in. But they went at him, and Killian was like, all right. You know, he came back, and he showed y'all something. And then, you know, he started to be a little bit inconsistent again. They start talking that shit again, and Killian was like, all right, man, let me give you 21-77 and let y'all know, bro. I can score the ball. And, you know, that's my thing with Killian. He know where the hell he at. He know if he's a bust, we're going to rip him apart, especially me. And that's why I know he's going to be great. Because he said this before in little breadcrumbs talking about like he knows he's in Detroit and he has to produce. Like he said it plenty of times. Yeah. So when I see him doing that and you know have the motivation and know like you know when you self-aware makes you like work a whole lot damn harder. Trust me. And he know where the hell like I know I'm proud. I can't imagine man what he done seen. Like people calling him trash.
Man. I hope he ain't paying attention to us, but you know, the thing about him, man, like he don't look like it, man, but that kid is tough, man. You know what I'm saying? He's tough, and you know, mentally, and he really wants to be a basketball player. He's not just happy he's made to the NBA. He wants to be the best he can be, and he's gonna put that work in. It's unlike Stanley Johnson, this guy's he's doing the right things. He's working with the right people to put the right work in. I never understood why Stanley Johnson was working out with Solomon Hill. Why you working out with Solomon Hill?
I didn't even know that.
And now he's playing the same role Solomon Hill played. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous, man. Like,
Stanley fans will tell you he had a 30-point game recently. But see, that kind of what I was alluding to. He wants to be great, and he's going to work hard. Like, Killian's going to work hard at least to be a very good level starter that makes a few All-Star teams for us just because he knows where he at. And it's just about delivering. And I know y'all get tired of me mentioning Zoe, but I mean, man, Lonzo could have mailed it in and just been fine with being a role player, bro. He really could have, but he's like, hell no. You know, I'm not going out like that. I might not talk like LaMelo, but I am LeVar's son. We ain't built like that. Had 2.5 month off season, first off season of his career, come back shooting 80% from the free throw line. 13th in the league and made 3-pointers, I think. Top 10 in real plus minus for point guards. He's number 3. Guess who number 2 and 1 is? One of them is Steph Curry. But it's just about you gotta want it, bro. Mm-hmm. You have to want it. You see these NBA players that develop over time, they want it. That's why I have all disrespect for Ben Simmons because he don't want shit. He was born with talent and he just use it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a bit different than what you said about Killian being tough. I'll just go back to the Halliburton game, bro. Mm-hmm. He came for his neck and got chopped off, bro. And Killian's like, bro, no, I'm not like that, bro. Like, I don't know what you thought, but I ain't like that.
Yep.
And
even watch the way, remember when he first came, the first 7 games, you know, people were pressing up on him extra tough, even by half court. You know, don't nobody guard nobody that tight around half court, but they was pressing up on him, you know, thinking he's soft or whatnot. And, you know, when he came back, man, they tried to do that. He wasn't playing that stuff no more. And then not only did he not allow people to press up on him on offense, he started pressing up on people on defense. You know what I'm saying? Anytime he saw somebody shaking the ball like you saw how he did Theo, You saw he was doing the Miami guard yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Dude, he had to get off the point. He couldn't even run point no more. You know what I'm saying? Like Killian is a monster, man. Like, as soon
No,
as he started
like,
building that offense,
look, I'll tell y'all this, bro, and I'm not being biased. I feel like I'm not being biased because I'm just going by what I see. I tell y'all, Zoe, he's one of the guards that I think could win Defensive Player of the Year. And Killian's been the only point guard where I was like, this dude defensively was like impressed me as much as Zoe or even more. I'm just talking about out of the last 4 years. Ben Simmons is the other guard, obviously. But like, when I saw Zoe defensively, I didn't think he could play D at all. Like, to be honest, because that was a scouting report. Right. Terrible scouting reports. All I knew is he could pass the hell out the ball and he could shoot. And he was clutch. You know? So when I look at Killian defensively, I'm like, bro, he's this good already defensively. And the thing is, he already has the NBA body. Because remember, he was I still don't understand. You want to talk about willpower, right? How do you go from 175 to 215, bro? Like, that is a level of work ethic and a level of wanting to be great that a lot of people are just going to underrate. You know what I'm saying? And you'll say, well, he had all the resources and all of this and all of that. But you got to do the work. Yeah. You got to do the work.
40 pounds in 8 months, that's a lot, man.
I don't know how the hell he did that.
That's a lot.
And he said, Dominique Davis got another super chat. He says, I'll be cool taking Mobley over Green in the draft. Are you telling me we signing Zoe and he running in the backcourt with Kelly? Oh, no. See, that's the dream. Lonzo fans recently have been asking me. They're like, so what about the Pistons? Is that done? And I keep telling them, well, we'll have to draft Mobley because they want a guard. And then you're going to have to trade some pieces. And I was surprised what Killian said about playing in the backcourt next to Saban Lee. But, I mean, I'm not going to be mad at that. Like, you think I'm going to be mad having Zoe throw lobs to Sekou and having Killian not miss him on wide open door cuts? Come on, man. You will never see a backcourt like that in your life. That can shut you down and be able to score the ball and be able to pass the ball. You'll never see that in your life.
My question is, if we do go after a guy like Zoe, or if we draft a Green or a Suggs or a Mitchell, we don't have a log jam back there. So one of those guys is gonna have to leave. So who are we gonna let leave? Between Josh Jackson, Frank Jackson, and Hamid.
So I would say look, man, I'm biased as hell. Josh Jackson better retire on the Pistons, bro. He's from the city, dog. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to lose Josh Jackson. So I'll let go of Diallo, even if he might be better. I'll let them go. I'm biased. I will want to keep Josh Jackson because I don't think he's done developing at all. I think he has two more years. Like, I think he has 2 more years. And what I was going to say earlier, with young players, it's 3 to 5 years. Well, with 19-year-olds, it's like 7 years. Really. That's the long, because you coming into the league 18, 19. Like, you're just not going to be whatever you're going to be until you probably in year 6, to be honest with you. And that's why we see stuff like Julius Randle. That's why we see it. Like, he came into the league young as hell, and now we seeing the blossom. So I would say keep Josh Jackson. People might disagree with that.
We should be able to keep. One of them will have to go, though.
You said Josh Jackson, Diallo, and who else?
Frank Jackson.
Well, everybody knows I hate on Frank Jackson consistently. Yeah, I ain't shying away from it, but I would keep him just because he can shoot the ball.
Yeah, little Vinny Johnson.
I don't like Frank Jackson because
he microwave.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. My problem with Frank Jackson is
shoots. That's it.
No. My problem was the player that he is now. He wasn't before. He couldn't shoot the ball. He was a terrible shot cutter. He was a horrible decision maker. I'm gonna give him credit. He worked his ass off to learn how to shoot the ball better. Decision making still questionable as hell, but I'm gonna give him credit. He's a way better player now. But the Frank Jackson from last season was not this good. Like I said, I'm gonna give him credit. But now that he's shown me something that he's proven, see, J-Mo can be wrong, y'all, and then come back and tell y'all because I'm not right all the time, you assholes. But I would keep him because he can shoot the ball. Like, we need people who can shoot the ball. And if Josh Jackson is a scorer, we know what he is. But Jalen Suggs, Cade Cunningham, and Jalen Green, they all can play both positions. Like, Suggs was the one I was the lowest on until I did some more research into Gonzaga. He played point guard but he didn't necessarily dominate the ball, and he played off ball a lot, and he's a very good three-point shooter. Jalen Suggs has shown the ability to play off ball and still be able to shoot and be productive, and I've always talked about how on the NBA level, his athleticism is just going to shine. People don't know how good he is when it comes to being an athlete on some Donovan Mitchell type stuff. Like, he can jump out. Like, that boy is athletic as hell. So it'll work. Like, all three of those players fit, and Mobley obviously fits. But we've been rambling along about Killian, man. We're going to move on to the last two players. Well, last three players, and then we're going to wrap it up. That's going to be Jeremy Grant, Saben Lee, and my boy Sekou. You already know. But let's get to my man Saben Lee, who I think was the surprise of the season for all Pistons fans. No one downplayed him, but the man scored 20 in like his third game. That boy came. I gotta go look at Saben Lee's stats because I want to know how many times he scored 20 this year. Look, man, Saben Lee is a very good scorer off the bench. He looks to me like already he can average 14 points a game, 15 off the bench type thing. His passing is all right. He needs to get better on that. He can't really shoot the ball like that, but he's a guy who, man, I'll tell you right now, man, I don't know what the list is, but he got to be one of the best. I'm just talking about going into the inside and scoring. He got to be one of the best in the league, just off of natural talent. Like, maybe he can't do some things, but if you watch how Saben Lee is guarded, it's 2-3 dudes in the paint. And if it's not, he's scoring on you. Let's be 100. Like, I watched the scouting report. Like, Saben Lee dropped a couple 20-point games, and they was packing the paint like he was Zion. They're like, you shooting that damn ball. And when you don't do it, he cook you. The game where Killian had 21, Saben Lee was balling too. But yeah, I want to see how many times he dropped 20 this year. Because I know it was a few times, man. Somebody said Saben Lee is Eric Bledsoe. I don't even like that because Eric Bledsoe was so terrible this year. Why would you do that to me, man? Eric Bledsoe? Come on, man. All right, so let's look here. How many times did he? Okay, so he had 20 to 29 points 3 times. So he had 3 20-point games, had 10 to 19 5 times. So this man had 3 games where he was dropping 20 and just being an efficient scorer. And I really think he's raw. I know Saben Lee is third-year player, wasn't he? Coming out of Vanderbilt. So he's played in the league for a while. I mean, he's been, in college for a while. You might think his ceiling is lower, but he ready. He good. He's fast. He can score the ball. He needs to learn how to play make, because when you can't really shoot like that, you have to figure out a way to still be able to make plays. Like Rondo is the example. And of course he can't pass like Rondo, but Rondo couldn't shoot the ball, but he found a way to still make plays. And that's what Saben Lee's going to have to do. Like if you can't shoot and you can't score, you have to find another way to still create. And that's why, passers like Saben and Killian are just different. Killian can struggle scoring, but he can always create. It's just different types of players. But Saben Lee is like Ish Smith or Will Bynum. I'm hoping for Ish Smith because Ish Smith can now shoot the ball. Ish Smith shooting 37%, playing my boy Brody. Shout out to Brody, average a triple-double for you haters. Mr. Triple-double on y'all ass. I know they wasn't the 5th seed or the 3rd seed, wherever the hell I said it was. I was an idiot for saying that. But they got COVID. Whole team was hurt. They lost. They was 17-32 because of COVID, bro. And they went, and then they lost 3 more games, bro. That I didn't expect COVID to destroy the whole team, or not. If not, they would be a 6th seed off top. But saying all that to say is he can finish on the inside. He posted a few dudes. I like Saben Lee. I think he had a great season. Like, to be honest, considering my expectation. Bravo, you there?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts about Saben Lee rookie year?
I liked him really as a player. He's just he's so energetic. He just runs the floor like really well. You can trust him with the basketball. He's not gonna really turn it over. That's what I liked him the most about him. And he's a very unselfish player. I didn't like a few things about him. Only he's not really willing to shoot it. That's the only thing that I don't like about him, is just not willing to shoot the ball. And especially in the last few games, we're losing team. Just shoot it. Why not? And when he decides to shoot it, it's just, unfortunately, he didn't really shoot it many times. He's just not able to hit the basket. But the point is, I think he's really got a lot of off season he needs to work. He said it like if you watch his interview like after the game, he said I got a huge off season, and he's right about that. I think he's the oldest of our rookies, I believe, and he's got the biggest off season coming ahead of him because he's on a two-way player, and he needs to prove that a lot of things in the off season. So if he's able to shoot the ball mid-range jumper, or like he's able to really shoot better threes off a dribble, that's it. He's going to be the best, probably second round player we have of all time, maybe. So the point is, I'm not sure
for real. He in the running for that.
Yeah, I think he's just fine. We need a player like him. If you ask me, we'll definitely bring him over a guy like I hate to say it. I love Dennis Smith Jr., but I think I bring him more.
We drafted him.
Yeah, we have to bring him back, and I like Dennis Smith, but I think he is more due over Dennis Smith Jr. He's just really part of the team. So I don't have much of expectations for him, and like he's like the guy I didn't expect much of him, and I think he's gonna be just fine for us.
Somebody said Saban Lee definitely a career bench player, but that doesn't mean he can't help a team win some games by scoring off the bench. He's only a career bench player if he can't shoot the ball. But if he learns how to shoot, that changes a lot. I'm not saying he'll be starting over certain players, but if he learns how to shoot, that changes a lot. All right, the Bread 313. What's your thoughts about Saban in his rookie year?
Well, I'm not as high on him as you guys are. He had an okay rookie year. He showed some development, but like next season, we're trying to get to the playoffs at least. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel comfortable with him as a backup point guard. His ability to pass is so terrible. I can't. It makes me scream sometimes. Like it's not his passing decision, but his pass execution. His passes get batted away from the man checking him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of slow looping passes that get picked off. Like, he's not a point guard, and I mean maybe he could develop into that. But I'm not comfortable moving forward with him as my backup point guard. And if he continues to pass like this, he's not going to be in the league very long.
Sound like you treat Saban Lee like I treated Spring Jackson.
Last Pistons point guard I gave up on was Spencer Dinwiddie. So hey,
hey, that makes me feel better about it. But Saban has a lot to work on. No, his passing, he averaged 3.6 assists, but he's had some high assist games.
Look at the turnovers.
Hey, man, Killian had a lot of turnovers too, man.
Yeah, but Killian turnovers be because guys not prepared to catch his passes.
No, man. You're right. 50% of his turnovers is because they can't catch the ball.
Yeah, man. Like, no, Saban Lee's passes go to the other team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just don't think he's a scorer. He's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's why I get mad at when people try to attack Colin Sexton for not passing. I'm like, bruh, he's not a passer. He put the ball in the basket. And, like, I compare Saban to Colin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's obvious. But, like, he supposed to score the ball. Like, that's why you got to learn how to shoot the ball.
My thing, though,
that's why you got to learn how to shoot the ball.
How many games these last, say, 20 games down the stretch, you see Saban Lee going to the hole, not even looking to score? Like, look at the score. Like,
he can't look to score because there's two dudes down there about to swat his shot.
Okay, well, you still got the floater. You got the pull up. You can do whatever. The point, I watch this guy dribble out the clock the whole time and then go to the hole and then try to pass to somebody. And then the clock runs out. Like, come on, man. What's up?
Hey, man, this is why I have you all, man. We all have to always agree, man. It's good. It's good. The league requires scoring in 2021. I would say the league requires. Okay, I'll put it like this. The league requires this. If you can score, good. But if you can't score, you got to be able to shoot. Simple as that. I know you might be like, what I'm talking about. But, like, even if you're not even if you averaging, like, 10 a game, but you shooting 37%, don't nobody give a damn. Even if you averaging 6 a game, but you shooting 40%, don't nobody give a damn. That's what I mean. That's how the league is. And if you can't shoot 40% or nothing, you got to be like Diallo or Josh Jackson. You got to be able to put the ball in the hole. And Saban isn't a good enough scorer yet.
Alan Crabb got, $72 million for 10 points a game?
Exactly, man.
Right.
No, he said shooting is still scoring. No, shooting is still scoring, but I put shooters and scorers into different categories. I think shooting is like obviously is scoring, but it's kind of like a special attribute of ability of scoring just because of the way that Steph Curry changed the game. It's not really. It's a little bit different. Because I think certain players not really good shooters, but they're very good scorers.
Here, Diallo. You got Duncan Robinson who's a shooter, but he's not a scorer.
Right. And also, like I was having this conversation with my cousin, trying to get him to understand. And also, some scorers can make shots just because they can score. Like Westbrook is not a shooter, but he can hit 4 threes, 5 threes in a game any given night because he's Russell Westbrook. He can score the ball. Diallo went 4-4. And that's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And then shooters is just different. But we will be talking about Savitas before we wrap up. Because, oh, man, my boy. Ooh, Savitas. You lucky I'm trying to stay focused because I saw his highlights from that game, and, man, was I impressed. Ooh, did you see that jump stop? Oh, my God. Bro, don't get me started on Savitas. But we're going to move on to Jeremy Grant. Bravo, what's your season review of Jeremy Grant and the fact that we brought him here for $100 million?
And he worth it. And he proved that he's a good player. He deserved to be he deserved a contract. He's living up to his expectations. And I think he's definitely the conversation for most improved players of the season. What has surprised me, I think he's able to score the ball more than I was expecting him to. We didn't really expect Jeremy Grant to score 20 points a game. I didn't really expect him to get that number. I thought he's going to be maybe a max 15 point a game, maybe 12 point. But now he actually able to score that 20 point game. It makes me more comfortable he's able to lead the team. So I'm just really happy we have him, and I think he's just going to be the leader of our team in the next couple of years. Is he really a trade chip like some teams are saying? I don't think so, because I really hope that I would trade him if we get in a guy like Cade Cunningham, a top first pick. I'd definitely do it, but I don't think he's going to happen. So that's a question to really think about in the offseason. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's definitely staying here. Sounds like he's a Troy Weaver guy, and I think he's the leader of our team. And I don't think we should trade him because of the fact he's got this great season and Troy Weaver's trust.
Well, I say,
yeah.
Nah, I would trade him, but I'm gonna give him this year before I confirm my conviction. What I mean is, if he the same player this year as he was last year, then trade him. Meaning, like, if he's still giving us 22, what was like on 44 and 35, playing great D, cool. But to me, he's like 27, so he's in like the last possible year that he can jump as a basketball player, really. So he don't improve this year. He is what he is, and if that's what he is, I think we should move on from him just because. Where is he gonna take us, and what we gonna do with him? If you can't answer those questions, Troy Weaver, then keep him. But if you can't, you have to move him while he's valuable. Because, exactly. I mean, it's 15 teams that would love Jeremy Grant. I would love Jeremy Grant if he wasn't the best scorer on the team. Then yeah. But, you saw him in the clutch. He not built like that, at least not yet. Not yet. I won't say he not built like that completely, but he's a career role player his whole life. So, I mean, I won't say role player because he was a starter that played a role. So he did start a lot for OKC. But we know what he was. He finally got a chance. He just not built like that yet, which is why I'll give him another chance this season to prove that he can be that type of guy. Because to me, Jeremy Grant got to be one or two. He either got to be the guy or your number 2 guy. And if he's not neither one, he got to go. Simple as that. But besides all of that, I was wrong about what he was going to do this season. I thought he would do a little bit less. I'll tell y'all guys that he impressed me. He balled out. Jeremy Grant showed you that, all you need is opportunity. I keep telling y'all the NBA is the land of opportunity. All you need is opportunity to be great, and you can be great. I don't think he was scoring because he was on a bad team. None of that shit. No. Jeremy can average 20 a night. It don't matter what team he was on. Denver wanted him for a reason, and you see how they look. Not saying they don't look good. They got Jokic, but they'll look better with Jeremy Grant. I'll tell you that. So it was a good signing. Yeah. Good signing. He's a very productive player. We'll see. I'm gonna give you another chance. We're gonna see how you is at the number 1 option. But yeah, he didn't get to play with Killian a lot, so we got to see.
we stick with players like him. You remember last year, like the New York Knicks had this guy Julius Randle. He was
Right.
averaging
That's
20
why I
points
said
a
I'm
game.
giving him even though Julius
Yeah.
was 26 and Jeremy is
Julius.
27.
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna give you another year to see if you can make the jump or you're just
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah, Julius Randle is like he really transformed his game. He's in the conversation. I'm hearing that right now. He's a conversation of MVP, which is ridiculous. So, but he's a really great player this year. So, if he can turn on to become like more like he's able to 30-point a game next year, man, he's definitely gonna be. Well, our team is gonna be a lot better.
If the Jeremy Grant averaging 30 points a game, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. We got 33 likes, man. Let's get 52 people. Let's get that up to 50 likes in the building, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to all of the channels, man. My man Detroit Drew. We got my man Speak Easy Sports, man. Fellow DSA member over there with Woodward Sports doing this thing. Make sure you subscribe to Speak Easy if you haven't already, man. What you doing? Now, the Bread 313, man. What you thinking about Jeremy Grant?
Oh man, Jeremy Grant. Let me tell you this though. He outperformed his contract. But man, I find it hard to see us playing, on the championship team with him. The way our team is made up. You watch him this year, the second half of the season. Almost like he started playing like Blake Griffin. Like when he gets past the ball stops. You know what I'm saying? We got all that beautiful ball movement getting passed around. Between Josh Jackson, Sadiq Bey. You know what I'm saying? Killing and all that. But when Grant gets it, it's straight ISO ball. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that, man. I feel like our team would be much better with a team that moves the ball around. Me personally, I thought he played great. I think he'll fit great on a number of teams. I just don't think he's a good fit for this team. Like you said, he has to be a number one scorer. It's a problem. I need him to be number 3. And then another thing about him, you watch him start leaning on him more for scoring. He started rebounding less. He started playing less defense. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff kind of went by the wayside as the season went on. And we drafted him because he did all of that. I mean, we signed him because he did all of that stuff. And if you're not going to get that full package, man, hey, I don't need you averaging 23 points on 22 shots, man.
One thing about him is his efficiency did go down once the scouting report kind of got out. But I'll say this. That, like, getting the ball and then, like, it's sticking, that's kind of because, like, what is his job is to score the ball right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to give him the excuse for not being a team player, but I don't know, man. Like, he's the only scorer. Like, he do like.
Hey, but when we play games without him, no,
it's phenomenal. But the thing is though, when we play games without him though, no roles are really. The roles is basically Killian, you the point guard, go out there. Sadiq Bey, Sekou, y'all know what y'all can do. Stewart, you know what you can do. Josh Jackson or whoever will replace him as the scorer, but they're not as Josh Jackson and Diallo are not as good, so they don't have as many touches, and they're a little bit less selfish. Josh Jackson has been ball hogging, but I'm telling you, I don't watch Josh Jackson. He passed the ball more this year than he has in the past. Trust me, because I've seen him. I've cussed him out for not giving Sekou some looks, and he started to, not often, but he started to give Sekou the ball in transition where he could have scored. So all I'm saying is that's why it works better, because they're not as good as Jeremy Grant and they have a lesser role, and now the whole team can play as one. And that's an indictment on the coach.
Yeah, that's true. But my other issue about Jeremy Grant is too, man, like you said, he's 27. Man, the way this guy plays, man, he plays so hard. He goes to the hole so hard every time. This guy hits the floor time and time again, every game. He even hits the floor on play. He don't even have the ball. Like, how much is the body gonna take, man? Like, I don't see him staying healthy. I don't see him staying healthy, man. I don't know anybody's body.
No, I'm gonna say nobody has stayed healthy carrying the Pistons. Ask Blake Griffin. Like, you carry the Pistons, you're gonna break down. Dominique Davis with another super chat. Shout out to you, man. We're gonna have to get you on the show next, brother. In my opinion, most players that have a good enough skill set, I believe, can score like that, given the amount of shots that Grant was granted. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest Tobias Harris fan, but if you had Tobias Harris receive Wood, they would have put up the same numbers, chucking up shots. But, the reason why I coveted Jeremy Grant, and you brought up a good point about his defense falling up, is because he was a two-way guy averaging 20. Now, if you're going to be like a lower tier two-way guy averaging 20, then we can't make you the number one option. you can be number 2, number 3 or something, but then that's when it starts to get a little bit murky because it's gonna require more. But I feel like we didn't see him play with our starting point guard, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, we did though, but we did
barely though.
Yeah,
Barely
but look, my thing is not the fact that it's not only that
I feel like he'd be
shots.
playing different if he was playing with different players, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? Like if he was playing with a point guard that he trusted, he'd be playing more like he played in Denver. It's just he'll be taking a little bit more shots.
Right.
And
look,
now
you
he's a mercenary right now.
You brought up Tobias Harris, right?
Yeah.
So when they kick the ball to Tobias Harris, he take 2 seconds and he decide what he gonna do with the ball. Jeremy Grant, he gets the ball. This guy, he takes about 5 to 10 seconds before he realizes what he's gonna do with the ball. But the whole defense is set, and he drives and goes to the hole and gets knocked to the ground. Man, I can't. I'm sorry, man. I can't do it, man. I gotta.
But see, that's my point about the fact that he was never used to this shit, bro.
Yeah.
he's never used to being the guy. So like that's why he has all of these problems. Because dog, I watched him play Russ for years. I never thought Jeremy Grant could ever be this good. And that's not a diss to him.
Agreed.
That's not a diss. It is not a diss. It is a fucking compliment, bro. Like, for real. I never thought he could score like that at the rim, specifically, is what I'm talking about. Like, oh my God, slender man, ambidextrous, finishing off with a 15-foot off the high glass, dropping in the ball. I never thought he could be able to score like that off the dribble, laying the ball up. But because of that, he's still a role player at heart, bro. Let's just be 100. He's still like a starter at heart. It's just he has talent. He can score the ball. He has a lot of things. But to me, the difference between great players and role players sometimes is if you're on an all-time great team, are you a top 3? And if you're not a top 3 scoring-wise, are you a top 3 impact-wise? Because you could argue Draymond has always been top 3, even with the Clay and KD and all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Either impact. It don't even have to be scoring the ball. Just are you top 3 on impact or the team filled with tons and tons of great players? Was he top 3 impact with Denver last year? You can say so. It's debatable, but I would say MPJ, who y'all know how high I'm on. So it's just like when you look at that with Jeremy, it's like if he was on like Brooklyn, what would he look like? You know what I'm saying? If he played for the Lakers, what would he look like?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying he wouldn't be scoring as much, but what I'm telling you is he wouldn't be doing all this dumb shit. He'd be playing a role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now he got the ball. Hey, man, all of us would love to be Jeremy Grant. I got the ball. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can score whenever I want. And I can get in the MIP. Hell yeah. Right. But it hurts when you're not used to being that leader.
Right. That's a great point, J-Mo. And that's kind of like what I was kind of worried about. Because when you do get in that role, no matter how good your team is, once y'all start getting better, you're going to have to take a step back. And a lot of players don't like taking a step back. Is he going to be one of those guys that'll be willing to take a step back for the betterment of the team? And I think that's a hard thing to do. You know, and I don't see him wanting to do that, man. You bring it up.
I was about to say Sadiq Bey, and I still think Sekou is gonna get. We're gonna talk about him. That he's gonna get another year with Troy Weaver. Troy Weaver is gonna give him another year just because he saw what he needed to see. But you got Sekou and Sadiq Bey rising up, and they forwards. And if they pan out, you're definitely gone. So you know what I'm saying? And we don't know who we draft. Like Jalen Green isn't a forward, but he can be a wing or a 1. You know, depending on. So and we still got Servetus. So I could see 2 years from now, Jeremy Grant contract about to be up. Let's just say for now he's doing the same stuff. Let's say we're HC. You know, we living in La La Land. But let's say Sadiq Bey and Sekou, like I believe, are on the team right now, and they a problem. You think Jeremy Grant and let's say Killian and whoever we drafted years are probably. You think Jeremy Grant gonna be like, yeah, I was the guy on this team for the last 3 years, but now I got to get a ball up. And nobody is saying he's not a team player, but it's a difference when you worked your whole life to achieve something and you get it and now it's gone. That man worked his whole life to get his chance to be a guy on the team. I'm going to give him respect. He worked for that hard.
Exactly.
And now I say a year from now, that's going to be gone. And it depends on, can you go back to playing that role? Are you a full team player? Like, because anybody can be a team player when you're surrounded by players that's better than you. But when you the guy, can you take the step back so the team can elevate? And that's something that we don't know yet.
Yeah, Denver offered him the same money that we offered him.
And
But
he didn't
chose
want to be a role
here.
player.
Yeah, he wanted to come here so he could be the man. That's what I'm saying. Is he gonna?
Right? He was like, I'm not about to be sharing shots with MPJ.
Hey man,
like
he'd be willing to take that step back for us.
I don't think so. I don't think so because it's technically it's his team. Why the hell would he want to give up his team that he just got? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't know though. I'm not gonna indict him like that. Right, but I'm just thinking. But we don't know. But I could. The point you brought up about Denver just made me think about that. Like he could have been like a top 4 guy with Jamal Murray. I would probably be a top 3 guy. He could have been with Denver, making $20 million.
Yep.
Don't even have to have the same offensive load on a better team. Like I really don't know why the hell he came here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when the money was the same. We know he came here to be the guy.
Right.
But like, that's what he was here for. So it might be hard for him to do that. Yeah. He said Jeremy is a star player. Why would he need to take a step back? Because our young players on the team are gonna take a step forward. He gonna have to step back or take a step back, or he gonna have to get off this team straight up. Because like I don't Sadiq Bey, Sekou, Killian, Stewart, whoever we draft in 2 years when that 4th year is coming up, like they gonna be better, bro. Like, and we probably be in the playoffs. So some things are just gonna have to happen. Dominique got a super chat, and then we gonna wrap up these last 2 and get out of here. We've been on for a while. Have to ask the panel, if Grant isn't used to that role, then what will be the difference between him and Randall this year coaching? Ding, 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 ding. What's the difference between the Knicks this year and last year? You got rid of that bum coach you had, and you got Thibodeau. That's it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying Casey. I don't even remember who the Knicks coach was. What, Fizdale? And Fizdale wasn't that bad. He wasn't. No, I'm not. He was not that bad. No, like he wasn't the worst in the world, but you upgraded your coaching. You know what I'm saying? So if you get Dwayne K and we upgrade our coaching, yeah, Jeremy Grant will look better, Killian, everybody look better. You know, one thing about Tibbs that you can't take away, he a damn good defensive coach. He elevates his young players. He has a lot of deficiencies. But I told y'all, coaching is one of the most important things in basketball, period. What player in the draft helps the Pistons win the most games next season?
Cade Cunningham.
I want to say Cade Cunningham, but I don't know. I'll just go with Cade. I'll be generic. But all right, we gonna talk about Sekou and then Servetus, man. So my man Sekou, all I'm gonna say about this is I told y'all he just needed the minutes, bro. Like, just put him on the court. I mean, I did the video like last week about him playing well. He was averaging 12 points over his last 6 games. But the one thing you notice is each game he was playing 20-plus minutes. That's all I wanted from Sekou. The moment he got consistent minutes, he was playing better. He even has a quote that says, I know I'm going to play. I know I'm going to be out there so I can play free. Not, I know on Tuesday night I'm going to get a DNP while Tyler Cook play 12 minutes. And that's all I've been wanting from him. And ever since he's gotten consistent minutes, he's played well. And, like, Sekou showed me things that a lot of people, they be like, I don't see this. I don't know, man. I just see him do stuff at 6'10" that other people can't do, bro. I think, I can't remember what game it was. But I swear he went to the rim and did the spin move on this dude. And I'm just like, bruh. Like, everybody can't do that. And all the players that can do the things that I see Sekou show flashes scoring are all great basketball players. Obviously, it's just flashes. But it's just like, I brought the same thing up with Killian. Like, certain scorers just can do things that just other players just can't naturally do. And I'm just talking about naturally do. And when I see Sekou put on those spin moves, get to the rim, even like running transition, dribbling the ball, lay it up like he has to touch, it's just he needs to be out there. And we can argue about this all season. But Sekou said it himself, I know I'm going to play. And if you look at his minutes, and I was like, whether Sekou played like garbage or he played good, he's supposed to be getting the same amount of damn minutes. And I think one game he had like 7 points, but he played like 25 minutes. The next game he had 12 points. One game before he dropped the 20-point game, He had like 6 points, but he played 25 minutes. And that's all I wanted. Who knows what the hell Dwayne Casey's going to do with this man now because he's here. Oh, if y'all didn't know, Dwayne Casey being signed to extension is my worst nightmare. And I hope I'm wrong. And I hope I can eat all these words years from now. But it's my worst nightmare because I don't think he believes in Sekou. And if he don't believe in Sekou, then some other coach don't believe in him. And I just don't want him going to another team when he was such a high-graded prospect and you didn't even give him a chance. He literally played more minutes his rookie season than this year. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. But he has a lot to work on. But I saw a lot of problems with Sekou this year with his body language, and that's why I'm impressed with him this last month. Because you saw his body language change. Just not being lackadaisical, interested on the court because he was being a spot-up shooter. And that's the thing that changed with Sekou. He got minutes, and you took him out the damn corner. Like, he's not supposed to be in the corner. That's not supposed to be a spot-up shooter. He's a 3-level scorer that has to work on his game. That's what he is. But no, like I said, back to the body language. I saw him, like, directing people, calling out a few offensive and defensive plays when he's not getting the ball or a bad play. If he gets cooked or he gets dunked on, he don't get dunked on like that. Or something just doesn't go his way, you see him still sprinting his ass down that court. And maybe that's what Dwayne Casey wanted to see from him and, other things like that. But I saw a lot more hunger and drive. You can see, man, bro, let's just be candid, man. When the boy, like I said it plenty of times, when a man trying to take your spot, what you gonna do, bro? You saw Tyler Cook over there, and Sekou was like, fuck that. I'm going to the rack. Y'all can't stop me. And these last 2 weeks with his minutes, he's shown that. And I just want the kid to get a chance because I just don't think he's been given one. But I think his season was okay. But the one thing that I love from Sekou this year is I did see the things that he worked on in the offseason better. Like his handles was better. He was able to dribble through traffic a few times. He just wasn't capable of doing that last year. We wanted to see that spin move. We finally got to see it. The spin move was breaking my man's arm socket. Finally got to see his spin move. But besides that, his shooting was inconsistent, and he just looked like a daisical out there just being young. But Sekou was the youngest player in the NBA last year. Like, he's not going to reach his ceiling until he's like 26, 27. He's 20. So that means 6 years of your long-ass life. It's how long you going to have to wait. It's like, no, I'm just saying that's how long it is for a player as young as him. But I will say, I think Troy Weaver had a talk with Dwayne Casey and was like, bro, if you don't put this man on the court, dog, like, you feel me? Put him on the damn court. If he suck, he suck, okay. I feel like Troy Weaver was kind of like, if he trash, okay, he trash. But if you don't put him on the court, I'm going to fire you. And once he got those consistent minutes, he just started playing better. And also, to shout out to Killian, man. He really elevated Sekou's game. Really. He makes players better. Sekou would really be struggling way worse without Killian. Like, he really would. And that was my problem early in the season. What I kept telling you, nobody can get Sekou the damn ball when he's open. And it kept pissing me off because nobody could get him the damn ball. He'd be like, I'm open for 20 seconds, can't get him the damn ball. DeLon Wright taking a dumb shot. Josh Jackson taking a dumb shot.
He wasn't playing him with Killian either at first.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we know Sekou had a struggle year, but I would say his struggles came from him not getting minutes, and when he finally got minutes, he played better. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it. But, all right, the Bread 313, man. I know you had some choice words about Sekou, man. I've seen some of your tweets, man.
Yeah, right.
But what you think about my man Sekou this year?
Oh, man, we've been getting into it since December about Sekou, but I think he finished the season off, strong for him. But he's a guy, I'm not going to give up on him. I just don't have the high expectations that you have on him. And like you say, that lackadaisicalness, him coming in the game with no energy. You look at this team, this whole team had energy the whole year. Every time he comes out, he's the only one that doesn't have energy. I don't care that you're 19. There's a lot of guys out here that's 19. Killian's 19. He's got energy. Sekou, you out here airballing in threes, you're stepping out of bounds. You're getting beat on backdoor cuts, bad fouls, lapses on defense. No consistency. He's capable of making a good play here or there, but there's no consistency with it. Like the stuff that you reference, the good things that he does, it's like it happens like one time. You know what I'm saying? Like each time you're talking about one time this game, one time that game, one time last year. I need to see more from you Because the reason why he's not playing, he can't beat anybody out. Who's he going to play over? Jeremy Grant? No, he's not playing
What?
over him.
He ain't better than Tyler Cook. Come on, man.
Man, he don't rebound like Tyler Cook. He don't box his man out. He don't play as hard as Tyler Cook
Tyler
plays.
Cook, 25 years old. He 25 years old. He's better than Tyler Cook.
But
Like, come on,
look, man. You send a bad message to your team when you playing guys that don't play hard. That's just a bad message.
I disagree with you about Sekou playing hard. Sekou always plays hard.
I'm gonna drop a video, bro.
And he runs in transition hard as hell. He'll never get a damn ball.
Not every time. When he thinks he's getting the ball, he runs. When he don't think he's getting the ball, man, he out there chilling, bro.
Man. You ain't seen it. I don't think it's common, man. Sekou always plays hard, man.
Answer this for me. What NBA player you saying shot more air balls from 3 this year than Sekou?
I mean, I really don't know because I haven't seen Sekou shoot that many air balls this year.
Oh, J-Mo, you watch almost every game, bro.
I didn't watch every game.
Oh, my God. Dog, this dude air balls almost every other game, man.
Come on, man. When the last time he shot an air ball?
2 games ago. Literally. 2 games ago.
And how many times did he shoot an air ball? Once? Like he played 82 games?
What? No, he shoot. No, this dog. He leads the league in air balls. I'm telling you. Look it up. If they chart that state, Sekou's at the top.
Man, I'm pretty sure he don't lead the league in air balls, bro.
That's an indictment on your work ethic. You don't see no NBA players. I don't care how bad they shoot. They ain't out here shooting. Isaiah Stewart don't even shoot air balls.
Lonzo shot a lot of air balls. A lot.
I don't know.
A lot. Trust me, I know because I had the Zoe. He shot a lot of air balls.
Let's look at the percentage based on
Killian done shot some air balls.
Yeah, but like a couple. Sekou, this is what he does.
No, I think Sekou is a way better shooter than you give him credit for. Really? And when you have a man being a 3-and-D guy when he's supposed to be,
where's the D?
Running them. I think he's been a very good defender this year.
He had a couple good defensive plays.
Like Sekou is a good defender. He's been like that all year.
Not consistently. No,
I disagree with that, man. I think the refs be calling a lot of ticky-tack fouls on Sekou when he don't even be fouling people.
Sekou gets caught out of position from not paying attention. Then he has to reach back and grab his man. I've seen that 1,000 times.
When you on the court for 14 minutes a game, it's hard to get your rhythm.
Man, it's not hard to play hard.
Sekou, I don't think playing hard has ever been a problem for Sekou, man. Like that at all. Nah, you tripping. You tripping, especially from his first game that he played when he first got the chance. Like Sekou's always played hard, man. Like when he was just going to the rim, being aggressive, averaging 12 over the last 6 games. That was him playing hard and being aggressive. I've seen Sekou not get the ball for entire quarters, but still play defense. It's been games where he has 3 shots, but he's still playing defense.
I've been on this YouTube watching you argue with people, telling them that. How you gonna play good when you only play 5 minutes? Yeah, you ain't gonna have no issues.
I ain't saying playing good. I'm talking about playing hard. Like I don't think like you can say Sekou like you can not like his skills, but playing hard has never been a problem for me with Sekou. Ever. I've seen him get looked off so much and give effort when other people are not giving effort on defense that I don't know about that.
Not consistent enough for me. That's all I'm saying. Maybe for you.
He ain't been out there. He ain't been out there. How can you be consistent when it's not consistent? It ain't been consistent for you the last 10 games where he's gotten minutes.
Yeah, but he got minutes.
What you got to say about those?
Because they set guys. But when those guys come back, he's not going to play.
No, let's talk about when he's actually got a chance to be consistent. Okay, so that's my point. When he got a chance to be consistent, he was.
Okay, it was
simple as that.
Remember when the season first started, Isaiah Stewart wasn't getting that much time? But what did he do? In them little 3 minutes he got, you saw him. He flashed. Even if it was only 3-4 minutes, he flashed. You saw like, oh, this nigga.
I've seen Sekou play. I've seen Sekou play well and then get bent. I've seen him come in the game, hit 2 threes, and then not play. Like, come on, bro.
I've seen him sit everybody, and Sekou still not play. Sekou still not play.
I've seen Sekou get DMPs. Like, I'm a judge on when he's actually getting consistent minutes. Like, if you want to talk about his bad games when he got consistent minutes, we can talk about it. But when he gets consistent minutes, he's consistent.
You got to earn those consistent minutes, though.
Hey, you got to earn everything. But Tyler Cook shouldn't earn shit. He should have never been playing over Sekou, and that's Dwayne Casey. And come on, man.
I mean, I'm never gonna take up Tyler Cook, but disrespecting Sekou either. So
Tyler Cook. Hey, you can have your problem with Sekou. Tyler Cook should not be playing over this man. like, come on. That's what I say to people. I say if Sekou is playing like bad and he's getting consistent minutes, that's one thing. But the roller coaster that he's been like, my main thing is the DNP, like just a random DNP. Like,
I get you.
Like he can't get 2 minutes on the court.
I ain't giving up on the kid, man. I'm just saying he has to show more.
You want to see more. I understand with you. You got to see more. That's cool, man. You want to see more. You want to see more. But I feel like like I said, man, I give players a chance to like where I'm about to fall off the cliff or not. And Sekou, we was there. Then he started getting consistent minutes, start going to the rim, and I'm just like, yo, if he could just get a little bit more space, playing with people who can shoot the ball and just learn a little bit more, he's going to be able to be unleashed. But that's something he has to work on himself. But to me, he got better as a basketball player, but everything else did not work when it comes to minutes and things like that.
If you look at how he finished off the season, what's one thing that stuck out? And this is what I'm talking about from earlier.
Aggression. Scoring aggression is what stuck out.
Exactly. And look how he was cutting to the basket. He was getting cut after cut after cut. He was getting those easy baskets just cutting. I think Kelsey even pointed out a couple times on the broadcast, like, could nobody stop this dude from cutting? Like he was cutting the
Hey, let me tell you this, dog. If I'm cutting to the basket and I'm talking about hooping, because I hoop all the time, and y'all ain't giving me the ball, I'm gonna just be like, all right, I'm gonna just stop cutting. Like, because if I'm like, when nobody can, I'm not making no excuse. He has to work harder. But like, how many times did we see Sekou cut and there was no ball there?
Hey, the line right, man.
That's why I give Kojo credit. Kojo tried to get Sekou some looks. He tried. But this is Sekou's the only place on the roster that consistently got hold by KC, whether he had a good game or bad one. And that was my thing. Like, Sekou could come in, play like ass, benched. Come in, hit 2 threes, benched. For what? For who?
I think it's certain plays that y'all not looking at, man. I think it's a lot of stuff, little stuff that goes on that he doesn't do.
But I think all that little stuff that you talking about, I disagree with you about being inconsistent. Also, young players, man. It's hard to be consistent when you ain't being put in a consistent situation. Like, I'm not gonna judge any young player playing 15 minutes a game inconsistently.
Okay, let me ask you this: besides Sekou, what young player on our team did not get better throughout the course of the season? Everybody got better.
I don't think that Sekou didn't get better throughout the course of the season, though.
Well, until the last 10 games, you know what I'm saying? But throughout the whole season, you saw guys progressing. You saw guys getting better. You saw the development in everybody, except for Sekou until the last part of the season. Now,
I don't know, man. I saw Sekou do stuff. I saw Sekou do stuff in the middle of the year, like games where he's shooting, like having those shooting games and still getting benched. Though I saw him definitely get better playing defense and being in shape. Sekou was very out of shape last year, so I definitely saw things like I said, dribbling. It was things that he just couldn't do last year that he was doing. Like the baskets don't always go in. You can miss the shot. But like I was about to say, he definitely got better at basketball this year. And, hey, that's what I saw. Oh, Zuka Vision was good, man. But I feel like Dwayne Casey, man, he don't like Sekou. It is what it is, man. Troy Weaver do, though. That's why I like him being extended is just a nightmare. I'm going to have to see Sekou ball on the Spurs, and y'all going to have to hear me come on here every game. Like, you see what Sekou did today? Shut up, J-Mo. We don't want to hear about him. We want to hear about Sadiq Bey. But it's cool. One more thing I wanted to talk about, and like I said, it don't matter if we disagree, man. This is what we bring people on here for, because there's plenty of people who don't believe in Sekou. Tyler Cook is a starter on most teams. Marvin, I need what you smoking. But Bravo, man, what you got to say about Sekou, man?
And I'm a huge Sekou fan. So the thing is, Casey didn't know how to use it, man. To use him. That's the bottom line. Bottom line is Dwayne Casey doesn't know how to use this guy. We saw some flashes of Dwayne Casey able to use him in the last 10 games. He was able to use Sekou of cutting, and he's able to score. That's how he's able to do that. It sounds like he's an elite scorer of a cutting. That's his strength. And the weakness, obviously, this year is shooting. He's not. I agree with DeBred. He's not shooting the ball at all. He's just so bad shooting the ball. And I don't understand why he's taking too many threes if I'm Sekou Doumbouya, if I'm shooting this horribly, why would I keep taking threes? And I think the reason why he took the threes is basically Dwayne Casey. Oh, if you're open, shoot the three. If you're open, shoot the three. It's not like that. Dwayne Casey misused him. Let's be honest with you guys. You're not supposed to shoot the three if you're Sekou Doumbouya. If you're Sekou Doumbouya, play to your strength. Cutting or maybe dribble and try to score in the lane, take the spin. Play like a Siakam kind of player. That's what his strength is.
Okay, so we were talking about.
I agree, Bravo. You're right about
I
that.
was telling you that like Sekou's a 3-level scorer or whatever. Yeah, the 3 is his 3rd level. Like that's the last thing, and I think he can shoot. I think he's like
I
think he can shoot, but like he should be trying to score on the first 2 levels before shooting the 3. But Dwayne Casey wanted him to work in reverse.
Yeah, but if you're shooting this horribly from the 3, why would you take too many threes in a game?
Because you can shoot, bro. It don't matter what your percentages look like if you can shoot.
No, Jimmo. So he needed to work on his shooting game. I think he needs to work on that, and I agree with the Brett about that particular thing, like shooting the ball airball. He's not supposed to do that. If you're really horribly shooting, fake the 3 and then take it to the lane. He was doing a lot better that way. And I feel like with the problem with Sekou is a little bit of misuse, and some of it is IQ. I think Killian Hayes made him look a lot better, especially off the dribble, especially off the cutting. And I think he had a nice chemistry with Diallo. I liked him playing with Diallo. They seem to be both from Guinea player, both from originally African players. I love that. So he needs to live to his strength and live to be comfortable playing the game. And I think this abuse problem is like I mentioned, is Casey. He needs to use him properly. He's not using him properly. He's not worse than Tyler Cook. Tyler Cook is a third string player, G League player. He's not an NBA player. He's just playing for just because he's playing.
He is an NBA player. Damn.
No, he is playing really good because of the fact he got a chance on the Pistons.
Yeah,
and he's a G League player. He's not. He can bring all these G League players. Yeah, they're going to play so hard, man. They're always going to play so hard. They're going to do the best. They're playing for their life in the G League. The same thing in here. You know, if you bring a guy from a G League, they play like good. But Sekou is a first-round pick. You're not supposed to treat him like that. You need to give him a good chance, develop him. I think he's got a huge offseason coming ahead of him. And I do feel like this next season is the season for him to break out. If he doesn't break out, he's going to be traded. You'll see that. He's going to be even traded.
Yeah, no, everybody knows. Yeah, I wasn't I just talking to you guys about Killian and what I say. His next year, I don't even give a damn about. Focused on year 3.
Yeah.
And Sekou hasn't been injured, so he doesn't get that excuse. So yeah, year 3, he's definitely gonna have to produce, or a team is just not gonna wait that long. But I will say, I want people to know, ain't nobody making excuses with Sekou. He has to play better basketball. My thing is, he should get the opportunity to do that. Like, put him on the court. If he's ass, he ass, bro. Like, it ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? But get the opportunity to be able to do that, and then I can judge you correctly. You know what I'm saying? Sekou got drafted because of his 3-point shooting. Now, Sekou can shoot the ball. It's just like you forced him to shoot so many threes. He got too happy with it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, that 3 should be the last thing he does. Like, he should be going inside a couple times, and then Killian finds him for that pop 3. He should be taking 4
once in a while, like Diallo do.
I was about to say he should take normal minutes, normal minute. He should be taking like 4 a game. Like, I don't think he should be he shouldn't be chucking, but that much unless you hot. Just like take 4 threes a game. Need to be making 2 of them.
I'm going to say one more thing about Sekou. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love the guy so much, but the only reason he played this last 10 minutes is because Jeremy Grant sat on the game. He didn't play. Right. We know he's not going to get these minutes. He's not going to get 20 minutes a game because of all Jeremy Grant is sitting.
I don't know about that. I think he's going to warrant more minutes next year because he's going to be better.
Maybe, but the problem is it depends on who we draft. If we draft a guy like Scotty Barnes or or Kuminga, Sekou's gone. He's not going to stay.
Oh, we got Kuminga. He out of here.
That's the problem with him. So I don't know if he's really.
Yeah, but like I told you, I don't think Troy Weaver too damn smart, man.
Yeah,
Troy Weaver not about to at least for this season. Next season, who knows? But I'm like Troy Weaver. Like, let's see if he make. I already know what Troy Weaver thinking. He literally thinking, let's see if he make a jump. That's literally what he's thinking.
He's a wild card. If he works out, then he puts us to another level. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I'm just not expecting him to. But if he does, then great. But
no,
you right about him being a wild card, but it's just like
let me tell you something.
He's 20, bro. Bro. He 20 and he
That
played
contract coming up
and
because
he
you gonna have to
played.
re-sign the guy.
My thing is he's 20 and he played basketball league. So that's why he's he has to got to give him years to develop.
No, the other thing is about him is he's a low ball usage guy. He's not using the ball a lot, and you would love players like him on your team. Trust me. All of these NBA players.
Sekou is one of those type of scorers that don't need the ball. He don't need to dominate the ball to score. Like Sekou could drop 20 without dominating the ball because he can get inside. So he can just get inside and then he can spot up shoot. So you made a great point. Dwayne Casey just didn't know.
He didn't use him right.
And he didn't just know. He didn't know how to use him at all, really.
Trust me.
And then he had no point guard with him. It's on Sekou too. You can't be airballing. I understand that. But I just felt like the fact once he got opportunity, he started stepping it up. And I'm not even talking about points. I'm talking about one thing. He was going to the basket like you can't guard me. And that's what I saw from him in the G League, where he was just like, bro, I'm about to score on all y'all, and you ain't going to do nothing. And I felt like maybe he got confidence that he knew he was going to get minutes. So he started to be that aggressive. But and now I think like he knows he can do it because he's been doing it against some of these NBA teams. But like that, I see Sekou as the guy just going inside, getting to the rack, popping out for three, going for a mid-range, just a 3-level scorer, being versatile, playing defense. But he has to live up to that and he has to work up to that. But he just put him on the damn court. We're going to wrap it up talking about my man Servidis. Boy, when I saw them highlights a couple days ago, this boy Servidis had me in there. Woo! But before we get there, let me go to this. It's all about consistent opportunity. You see Sir Trash is looking like a GOAT Friday, but my opinion of him is higher. Yeah. But I think Servidis is a young GOAT now. But before that, he was looking trash, wasn't he? And you ask me, why do I think Servidis is a young GOAT? I'm exaggerating. I don't think he's a young GOAT. But Servidis is going to be a way better player than I thought he could be. And I'm going to tell you why. Everything that he was doing in Lithuania, I didn't know if he can do it at an NBA level. Like, he looked bigger than those dudes, faster than those dudes, better than those dudes. But we saw a flash last night, and I ain't talking about the shooting. I know he can shoot. The thing that surprised me is Servidis is way faster than I thought. He has very good explosion. If you compare him to like Sphere or Luke Kennard, way more explosive than both of them, easily. He's 6'9", and he has very good athleticism. If you go and watch his highlights, like go watch the highlights, and that specific move where he drove to the lane and did the sweetest Euro drop step I ever seen, I was like, oh, you're capable of that? Like, I didn't even know he could do that. And once I realized he could do that, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, yo, if this man can improve his game, and look, this is my thing. And, bro, I am not comparing him to Luka Doncic. Don't go there, okay? But when my cuz saw him play, he said he played like Luka. I'm like, if you know, in Lithuania, they was calling him the Lithuanian Luka. He was the best player in Lithuania. And I said this before, I don't care what league you in. If you the best player in that league and you 16 years old, you got to be great. Now, I'm not comparing him to Luka, but I think he's just talking about the play style, because how many players that look like Servidis can do that little jump stop move at 6'9"? Not really that many. And with the same level of athleticism. But no, he ain't 10% of Luka. We ain't going there. But what I'm going is I did not think he could be able to score on the inside. I'm impressed. Like, I'm sorry that you might be like, J-Mo, it was one little move. No, it wasn't one little move. He did it through two defenders. And I know he can do it again. Because with shooters, it's like, if you can do anything else, you're a problem. And we didn't think Servidis could do anything else. Well, I didn't know if he could do anything else besides shoot on this level. But seeing his athleticism specifically, I'm like, yo, he like he's an average NBA athlete and he can shoot. I was like, and he's 6'9" and he can dribble. Did you see that step back dribble? Oh my God. I'm like, bro, you was just waiting, huh? You was calling Aaron like, hey, yo, I'm starting tonight. I'm about to cook him. That man, he did a hezzy behind the back dribble. Then he did a little hezzy. Then he did a step back in that man face. Like, bro, I'm just going to say, I don't know how good this man going to be. He could be garbage. But if you build off the skills he showed in that game, he's going to be a very good player, as in giving me 17 points a game while shooting, giving me 15 points a game while shooting 40%. That's my only expectation. Y'all already know I wanted Bobo, I wanted KBJ. And so I'm not going to say he has to be good as them. But if Servidis can give me 14 shooting great, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? But that I have to see production. And, I'm a little bit impressed because I feel like I'm going to keep saying his athleticism is – I think that's going to be the difference. He's a little bit more athletic than I thought. And he does have a bag. Like, we saw him in – I don't know if everybody saw him, but I saw him a lot in Lithuania. Bro, his bag was complete. He was crossing dudes up. He was passing. He was shooting. He was finishing, but it was on that level. If he can do that on this level, who knows? It was a one-game sample. We don't fucking know. He do that on this level. Servidis going to be tough. I'm going to be honest with you. He going to be tough. But Dominique Davis says this year's Summer League going to be fire for real. Did we hit on Servidis? Hey, we don't know. We don't know if we hit on Servidis. But, man, I don't know. I don't know. He's skilled, man. He got some skills. They ain't that good, but he got them. And when you can shoot the ball, you have other skills. That just opens up everything for you. But the Bread 313, let me see. What's your thoughts about Servidis, man?
Oh, man. Up in the last game, man, everybody told me he was a shooter. Every time he come in the game, he always misses shots. But, it's break out. Last game, he started showing a little bit. I like that he was pulling shots in people's faces and hitting them. And I let you know right there, when the guy's doing that he's a shooter. Because everybody don't just shoot with somebody right in their face, you know what I'm saying? Right off the catch. So seeing that step back, seeing that move, like you said, that athleticism, it's a lot there to like. I just don't know if he's going to be allowed to develop the way he needs to with so many players on his team. It's going to be tough.
That's my thing. Him and Sekou, low key, they the type of player you send them to like a OKC somewhere to blossom, just because they might not get the opportunity here. But to me, that's on the coach. We lack shooters. Why the hell wasn't Servidis playing the whole year? Like, bro, I don't care if he was out there shooting 20%. Like, and I feel like Sekou and Servidis, they actually fill a void that we need. Right now, Sekou will basically be backing up Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant doesn't really have a backup. We need a six man. I think Sekou could do that for now until he can get more opportunity being better. And we do need shooters. No, I said the six man right now with the team because Jeremy Grant's the starter, so he got to come off the bench for Jeremy Grant. And then if he wasn't the starter, that'd be different. But his release is really fast, and all this he had a great game. Clap it up. Like, I'm not gonna he had a great game. Clap it up. But I'm impressed because he was doing stuff I didn't know he could do. I wonder if some of y'all hoop sometimes because like y'all don't be understanding that every player can't do this shit. Like, that little simple, little cute, little prissy jump stop he did that y'all want to say was nothing. How many players that's 6'9", that his build have enough athleticism to do that, bro? And enough skill. It's just, it's not common. It's just not. I don't care what you say. He can be trash forever.
That guy's got some juice for real. You can see
it. Like, you can see it. Like, you can see he has some bounce. He has some athleticism. He's a real 6'9", and he's shooting. Not too many 6'9" guys that can shoot the lights out like that.
Man, if you look around the league, those type of guys without the athleticism play on a lot of these teams. You know what I'm saying? The Bogdanovich brothers. You know what I'm saying? The cat out there in Utah, along with Ingles. These guys.
I was just about to say he reminds me of that, like Ingles. Definitely more athletic Ingles. Like, he reminds me of like Bogdanovich. Like, a ceiling-wise, but just naturally just more athletic. Like, Danilo Gallinari is way more of a shooter. He don't put the ball on the floor like that. But, like people compare him to, like, Gallinari because he can shoot. But, like, Gallinari would never did that cross-back, that move, ever in his life. Like never. And the reason why I'm high on him is because hype matters. I don't care what nobody says. Hype matters. And the hype around Servidis, if you were actually paying attention, he was the best player in Lithuania, and they basically were just saying, like, this dude's going to be really good. He's an NBA player type. He can do this and he can do that, blah, 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 blah. He played in the EuroLeague a little bit, blah, 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 blah. When I see you do that against grown men in the NBA, yeah, my eyes are going to perk up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know, but Servidis was 6'7", wasn't nearly as athletic. He was 16 years old, and he looked like a kid. 2 years later, this man arms tatted like he a gangster. This man saucing people with his dribbling. I'm talking about Lithuania. This man shooting the lights out. This man passing the ball, and he just looked like he upgraded as a player. And lo and behold, Donovan Mitchell was working out with him. I'm like, oh, so that's why you got them tats, huh? But once I found out that actual NBA players were working with him, it explained, like, I swear, like, he looked like a different person, like, basketball-wise. It looked like, right. Swag. I'm about to say, it looked like you was playing with some of them boys, and they was tuning you up, and you picked up a couple things. That's what it looked like. Bro, that man tatted. I'm like, bro, what happened to you?
Come on, man.
He was like tatted like I'm a hooper now. So I hope we can see him play in the summer league. But man, my thing is I didn't really expect him to get taller. And like with that height came a little bit more athleticism. Because like I say, he was like 6'7", but he grew to like a legit 6'9" and was better. So look, honestly, every Pistons fan needs Servidis to be good because 2 years from now, when Bol is the face of the league, we don't want to be crying, okay? And I know everybody don't believe in Bol. I'm gonna tell you one thing about Bol. If God bless him with health, he's an all-star. Simple. He just got to be blessed with health. So, Bravo, what's your thoughts on Servidis, man?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you guys what you said.
No, hold on. Yeah, they say, no, Sekou is 6'9" or 6'10" easily. He was standing next to Kevin Love. He was the same height as that dude. No, Sekou's not 6'8". He's taller. I've been saying that earlier.
Yeah, the thing I agree with what you guys said is I just don't see him staying here on this team too long because I know he is not the kind of player that he's the third string player probably. So right now, if he's not, because he's not playing defense, he doesn't play. He's not really like, I think it's a problem with Dwayne Casey and the opportunity again. He needs to give these players equal opportunity. And if he's not really playing consistently, he's not going to show opportunity. He's probably like kind of Musa kind of player where we had him at the beginning of the season.
But just give him 10 minutes. I ain't asking for much. Just give him 10 minutes a game.
Where all these minutes come from? Everybody can't play every game. Like,
yeah, NBA.
But I feel like because he can shoot the ball, you're going to have to find a way to get him. He can shoot the ball. He has height.
So who you going to bench?
First of all, you got guys like so you looking at the top five we got. Then you got Sekou, maybe Josh Jackson, and what, Frank Jackson. Who else is our bench really?
I mean, Isaiah Stewart or Plumlee got to start. So one of them going to be on the bench. How many guys you going to play? Most rotations are 8 or 9 men. Nobody plays 10 guys, let alone 12.
No, people do play 10 guys, but man, Grant Pop play everybody, bro. He developed his young players so they get minutes. I'm just talking about even like the few years he gets players minutes. Like there's no way Grant Pop gonna have Servidis. He can have a stacked team.
He's not the guy on the team though. He's not the 10th guy.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man.
Let's face it.
I don't like I said, after Frank Jackson, who is it? You said Plumlee?
You got Diallo?
He not gonna be on the team.
You don't think so? All right.
Diallo or Josh Jackson not gonna be on the team.
No, I think Diallo's
the rookie we draft. You said Diallo or Josh Jackson, not both, right? One of them. I
don't know about both, but I know one of them for sure is not gonna be on the team.
No, Joe, why do you say that?
Diallo will be on the team, I think.
There's no way you're gonna keep Diallo and Josh Jackson. They're the Spider-Man. They're the Spider-Man. They're the same player.
No, I said 2 out of those 3 will be on the team. Is what I said.
We have a lot of spots open next year. Look, here's the players I'm looking at them right now. Magruder is not going to be here on this team. Wayne Ellington is not going to be here. Corey Joseph, unlikely, is going to be on the team. And I'm going to tell you, probably, I'm going to say Dennis Smith Jr. is not going to be on this team. That's 4. So then you got like maybe Tyler Cook is not going to be on this team. That's 5. Maybe Tyler Cook, yes or no. That's. And I don't know about Servidis, number 6. So I think we got a lot of
I
players.
think after summer league, Servita's gonna be on the team because he gonna light that boy up.
Yeah, so
If he do
we
that,
got a
that
lot
might
of
change.
spots.
But right now,
We got a lot of spots. And
But like
do
right
feel
now, I just feel like besides like those top 8 spots, none of our spots are really set in stone because we a young trash team. So we got a lot of players like you. Just like I said, you had Rodney McGruder and Wayne Ellington. Like, come on, I ain't asking for. I just wanted the man to get 10 minutes a game. Like, give him a chance to shoot 3-pointers. Shit. Especially when you don't have shooter. Like we had shooters to be different. You don't got shooter. The shooters is what? Frank Jackson, Servetus, Sadiq Bey. And then people who can shoot but aren't necessarily shooters. Sekou and Jeremy Grant. They're not shooters, but they can shoot. You know, I know Sekou percentages don't look good, but if you give him a wide open shot, he's liable to make it most often than not. You know, maybe 1 out of 3 times. But like we don't really have that many shooters on the team. So that's why I say he has to get minutes. You're 6'9", and you can shoot and handle the ball. We have to find minutes for you. Like Svi. Svi was getting those minutes. Man, you gotta. If you don't give him minutes, why he here? Especially when your team can't shoot and he can shoot the ball. Like if you're on a different kind of team that can do different things, it'll be different. You gotta find minutes for him, and if you know, I can't wait for summer league though.
No, Jimmo Diallo is here to stay. He's a Troy Weaver guy. I can tell you that. The thing
then so you're saying Josh Jackson gonna be gone?
He's also gonna stay. They're both staying because Josh Jackson on a contract. We don't have a lot of players. We're gonna need those players.
Frank Jackson gonna be out of here now?
No. Both are gonna stay on the team, and they're both gonna.
No, Frank Jackson.
Oh, Frank Jackson is also staying. We have a lot of spots. We have a lot of spots open, man. So think about it. Like we have like Magruder, Ellington, Corey Joseph, Dennis Smith Jr. We have also Frank Jackson.
Yeah, okay, but see, this is the thing though. Yeah, we have a lot of spots open, but Troy Weaver's not about to sit on his hands. Like he's gonna be like, these are the top guys, and I don't know if Diallo or Josh Jackson are in their list. I feel like there's Troy Weaver's gonna go out and build the team better. So all of those free spots might be filled with veteran players or other players. You know what I'm saying? So we don't necessarily know.
Yeah, maybe.
And we got 3. Don't forget, we got 3 second-round picks too.
So here's the thing. I don't think we're gonna keep all of them. I think we're gonna trade them up.
Hopefully.
Huh?
I say I don't think so either. Hopefully we do trade them.
Well, we're not gonna keep those 3 second-round picks. We might trade up and get a guy in the late first round, or maybe early second round, or maybe trade him for future picks. What I would do if I'm the Pistons, if I get a top 5 pick, I'd trade everything up just to get the top 3 pick or top first pick. I get Cunningham. I'll throw in Jeremy Grant, throw the first top 5 pick. Just give me Cade Cunningham. Let's face it.
I'm not giving up Cade. I'm not giving up Jeremy Grant in the 3rd overall pick for Cade Cunningham.
Listen, if the Minnesota Timberwolves get the first pick, and we get the 3rd pick, for example, I think they would be really happy to take Jeremy Grant and our pick, and we give them.
Bro, why do I have to give up Jeremy Grant when I can get Jalen Green without giving up Jeremy Grant?
Man, I get just everything to get Cade Cunningham, man. I'm serious.
Man, and I don't even
What you think
if I
about
give
that,
up Jeremy Grant, I need Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. Like, if I'm a top 3 pick, I'm not trading nobody.
No. Just give me Cade Cunningham and we're all good, man. What do you think about that, Debray?
True.
I like that. I like that move.
Man,
that's because you don't like Jeremy Grant.
I
don't like Jeremy Grant either that much, but I'm not going to give up Jeremy Grant when I'm a top 3 pick. Just to move up to get Cade. To me, Cade isn't that much better than the next player.
If they would do it, I don't think they would do it though. But if they did, that would be something to think about, man.
If they did, I wouldn't be mad, but I wouldn't have did it because if you're a top 3 pick, why are you moving up unless you're getting 2? Now, if you're getting Cade and Jalen Green, sorry, Killian, I don't know what you're gonna do. We're gonna have to figure something out because then you're talking about a legendary backcourt, but. That's
they're not trading Jeremy Grant for the number 1 pick, though. So that's
No.
Why? Why? You tell me why. If you got a chance,
27 years old. I'm saying Minnesota wouldn't do that if they had the number 1 pick or whoever had the number 1 pick.
I
traded for 27-year-old Jeremy Grant. Is what I'm saying.
No, but Minnesota need a guy like Jeremy Grant. He elevate their team. But I think Cade Cunningham would let the hell out of them too.
I don't know what the hell Minnesota gonna do if they get the first pick.
Man, what they gonna do? Cunningham, man. If we get the first pick, I'm gonna go like crazy, man.
Yeah, and nobody forgot about Evan Mobley. I'm just obsessed with Jalen Green to this point. Only you ask me why, bro. We don't got nobody that can score the ball no more.
J-Mo.
Blake Griffin was really the last person we really had that could score the ball, like prime Blake Griffin, and like even be reliable in the clutch sometimes. Like we got to replace that. And with this free agency looking, you either going out to get you a Schroeder, get you Alonzo. The free agent market isn't, like that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not going to get a point guard to do something or something like that, now you're looking at Jeremy Grant. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? And people be like, well, Cunningham's going to be a great scorer. I fucking know that. I know. But there's a difference between a guy who naturally can put the ball in the basket, and I'll go back to it. Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant. That's where I'll go. Both superstar level scorers, but one guy was born to do that, and another guy developed into that. And that's all I'm saying is I just want the guy that's born to do that because we already got Sekou, another good scorer for the future, we hope. We got Sadiq Bey, he can score because he can shoot. We got Killian, the point guard. He can play make along with Jalen Green. You got Stewart. You know what I'm saying? So, even Plumlee, bum ass.
Listen, I'm going to say something
you know what I'm saying?
controversial. I'm going to say something controversial. If I'm the Clippers, I'd trade Kawhi in a heartbeat just to get Kate Cunningham.
This man, bravo.
And
you've been at work too long. You've been at work too long, bravo. I don't want you seeing no more patience.
Dude, Kate Cunningham is going to be the best player in the next 10 years in the NBA. This is how I feel.
No, he not, bravo. No, he not.
This is how I feel about it.
No, he not.
The only thing, okay, now
Imani Bates is coming up. He's not going to be the best player in 10 years.
And don't forget about the tall dude too. He nice too.
Oh, you're talking about Victor Wembanyama, bro. Victor Wembanyama, boy. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, I'm talking about the tall white boy. Tall skinny white boy.
You talking about Alex? What that do? Chet Holmgren. That's what you talking about.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren. There you go. Yeah.
Well, Victor Wembanyama, wherever pronounce your last name, he gonna be crazy.
Okay.
Bro, he was cooking Rudy Gobert at 16. He's 7 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama. If you type in Victor WEBL pop up, they literally call him top 3 Euro prospect in the last 10 years. Like he's literally 7 feet and can do everything, and he's not as fragile. He's still skinny as hell. They all skinny when they that tall, that young. Oh, he got it all. Bag, jumper, everything. He's from I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he's from, but I thought he was like African or something.
Okay.
He played in French. Yeah, he's 7'2" with like a 7'9" wingspan. This dude is crazy, bro. Yeah, Victor Wembanyama or whatever, but that dude's gonna be crazy. No, Chet Holmgren is gonna be cold, but I don't know about no Imani Bates level. Damn, he only 17. Like, oh my gosh, dog. Like, how are you 17 with this level of skills, bro? I feel like the NBA is changing. I remember they said that the big man is gone. You probably heard that, the bread. It's about to be a lot of 7-foot unicorns coming into the league. That's just gonna be a problem. You got small guys like Pokusevski on the lower end, and you're going to have guys like Chet Holmgren, you're going to have guys like Bobo, and guys like my man Victor. So we just going to see is that where is he from? He plays in France. All these boys be playing in France, dog. Oh, okay, so they say he was born in France.
His parents probably moved there. You know that, though.
No, yeah. I was about to say they say he was coached by his mom since he was 5 years old. He used to play football. Imagine the 7-footer playing football, man. Yeah, but yeah, no, that dude's a freaking unicorn. Chet. I don't know. I gotta see Chet before I jump on the full band. Like he nasty. Like Chet got it all.
Did you see?
Yeah. I'm not counting that because if Imani this is why I'm not counting it. Because Imani still dropped 30 and Chet's 18, Imani 16. When Imani 18, Chet.
But Imani been on the news since he was 7 years old, man.
You said what?
Imani been on the news since he was 7 years old, man. So
yeah, I know. I'm not gonna take that. No, Chet's nasty. I'm not taking nothing. That boy gonna be nice. He's special. I'm not taking nothing from him. I just been like, bro. Me and my cousin used to talk about this sometimes. He told me this funny. He said he thinks 70% of NBA players are born and the other 30% work hard. Imani Bates, guy was like here. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gonna play basketball just like you did with Kevin Durant, who's spitting image, and LeBron James. Some guys they're just born. So we'll see.
You know, Monty Bates' dad is a basketball trainer. You know, famous basketball trainer in Grand Rapids. He's been training him since he could literally walk. You know what I'm saying? And dribble. That's why he's so skilled. That's why he can do everything. That dude can do everything. His dad's been literally training him. And he's a guy that gets paid. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Monty ready, man.
All right, y'all. We wrapping up the show. We've been on here forever, but I just want to say this was the wrap-up show for the season. Of course, we'll be back next week as usual, but glad to have my man the Bread 313 out here dropping some knowledge, man. You know, keeping all the Sekou fans in check and whatever. You know what I'm saying. It's all good. Knock on wood. But if we fall to 5, the UCS taking Kuminga. I don't know who the hell we gonna take if we fall to 5. I say Troy Weaver gonna take him, and I'm gonna have to roll with Troy Weaver, even if it's Kuminga, and I'm pissed. I like Scotty. Wait, what
Scotty Barnes?
Not Scotty Barnes.
Jalen Johnson.
Let me look. Okay, maybe it was Scotty Barnes. Then wait,
it's all long dude, 6'9" from Florida.
Yeah, he's
no, I thought his name. I thought the Scotty. I thought his last name was Mitchell. Okay, so yeah, Scotty Barnes. No, I thought his name was Scotty Mitchell. Scotty Barnes is a player that I've been researching for 2 years because 2 years ago, I forgot who it was. I was so high on somebody, and then somebody was like, Scotty Barnes gonna be better than him. I'm like, who's this Scotty Barnes dude? And I looked at him, saw him in high school. I was like, okay, he got the full bag on him. So I ain't watching play in college at all. But I'm high on Scotty Barnes just because I scouted him in high school. And I'm one of them guys, if I hear about you in high school, you're guaranteed to be special unless you get hurt. Because if I hear about you when you're 16 years old, like MPJ, Zion, Anthony Edwards, Amani Bates, those guys. But I will say Amani Bates is the best high school player I've seen since I saw MPJ. Bro, I'm telling you, without the back injury, I still believe MPJ might go number 1 overall, bro. Over Zion.
He would have won number 1.
Like MPJ was we know how he averaging damn near 25 now. So we know, but if you ain't see MPJ play high school, he had me at the screen wow.
He was the consensus number 1 pick going into his freshman year. He just couldn't play.
No, he was. No, he wasn't in the back injury. Like Michael Porter Jr. in high school was completely unstoppable, 6'9", shooting the damn lights out, and he's doing it on the NBA level. But I brought him up because Michael Porter and Zion, of course, were the last two. When I saw them, I was just like, God damn. Just a simple goddamn. And Imani is the next dude where I'm just like, God damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could be playing. I said Zion could have been playing in the league at 16. Yes. Imani can be playing right now. Yeah. Giving you 15, 16 easy. I ain't saying he wouldn't get injured because he's frail or none of that. But Imani giving them buckets right now. Yep. But enough about Imani Bates and all of this, man. We're going to wrap up the show. Bravo, man. Thanks for rocking with us, even on work, man. Making that paper and supporting the Pistons, man. We love you for that, man. Thanks for the support. And thanks for being right about all your predictions with these scouting reports, man. Every time Bravo tell you about a scouting report player, we either end up drafting them or they end up being good. That boy Bravo needs to talk more about his track record out here, man. Put some respect on that man's name when it comes to scouting these players, because he always right. I'm just speaking the truth. This is the truth.
Thanks.
It's all documented. But Bravo, man, what's your final thoughts?
Hey, good show. Hey, the Bread, it was good seeing you, man. The first time here on the show. Like to have you probably on the day of the draft, of the lottery. So I think that beard, I hope, is going to be a good luck for us, man.
Yeah. All right, I'll definitely be there, man. I appreciate it. And J-Mo, thanks, man, for welcoming me with open arms. I hit you up pretty late, and you still was able to get me on, man. Much love to you. And like I say, man, I've been following you guys for so long. You guys get me through my work days and everything, man. Just listen to your episodes, and man, so I'm just glad to be a part of it, man. Appreciate it.
No, man, we definitely glad to have you on. And like I said, I was just planning on doing this boy solo, and you wanted to come on, hey, cool, whatever. First of all, like I said, I had to make sure you weren't the people I'm constantly talking shit to. Then this would have been a long argument show. We don't need none of that. But I just like people who know their basketball. I mean, I watch people in the chat all the time. I know who know they basketball and who don't, based on my opinion. It's my opinion, of course. But like Dominique Davis, he come on whenever the hell he want. Because you know what the hell he talking about. My boy Dolo Dynamite, Marvin Tolbert, like, you know, I know it. You was one of the people in the chat that's all like, oh, you the bread? I'm like, oh, so soon as you told me a YouTube name, I'm like, oh, no, you come on. I know you know what you're talking about. And you more experienced than me when it comes. You played on a higher level. You coached, so you got your own things that you know, took your own horn, man. You know your shit too. And my thing is, I watch other basketball shows. I'm a fan of these shows too, so I know how I feel when I'm at work watching them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they little 2-hour shows, man, and I support them too before I was even like doing this type of stuff. So I know it's just the same. And we just here because when it comes to the Pistons, don't nobody talk about us. Don't nobody care about us. That's what DSA was about, because nobody really cares about Detroit sports but Detroiters. Nobody props them up like us, and that's what we're here for, to be that Detroit media, because the new media is so trash in Detroit sports in general. The Detroit Pistons guys have gotten better the last 2 years, specifically. I'll give them credit. They've gotten a little bit better, and that's what we're here for, to give up that positive, good media. And I just want to say, you don't need a degree. You don't have to be an NBA player to know basketball. You want to know why? Because basketball isn't that hard to understand. It isn't that hard to see. And that's why when I be on here talking my shit and like, yeah, I know this, I know that, because I get mad at y'all for not seeing what I'm seeing, because it ain't that damn hard to see. That's really what it is. I always say that I feel like God blessed me with a gift and eye for talent. I'm not the only one. He blessed Bravo too. That man, when I think about how much he's been right, it's crazy. And I'm not the only one who has the ability to see an eye for talent, but not everybody sees it. Not everybody knows it, which is why it's people like me here to let you know what's going on, man, because nobody's always right. Yeah, we could have got shy with that pick because he asked me if that pick was MPJ. Now, if that pick was MPJ, you would have heard me talking about that for years. I'm be talking about the Blake Griffin pick. But no, that was shy. No, not getting shy still hurts.
MPJ went after that though.
Yeah,
he went 15
to Denver. Yeah,
he went 15.
Yeah, so we could have got him. Hey, don't hurt my feelings. I'm trying to power through, bro. You don't understand how high I was on Michael Porter. I mean, like, you done heard me watch the show. I've been talking about Michael Porter for 2 years. I've been telling y'all MPJ was a problem since he first started getting minutes, bro. And that's just how it is. And why do I see that? Because I saw the man play and was like, yo, he's special. And sometimes I just wonder, why can't y'all see what I see? It's not that hard, you know. And the reason why I like to bring people on and have conversations, because my goal is to this. We agree to disagree. I convince you that I'm right, or you convince me that I'm wrong. That's where I want the conversation to go, because I am wrong on a lot of things sometimes, and somebody can open my eyes up. Because like I talk to a lot of people who hoop on college, and when you hoop on a higher level, you got a different perspective. So I like to sit down and listen and try to learn some type of things. Even when I recently started hooping again, I start seeing a lot of things. I'm like, and just getting mad. you know, like I tell you know, just getting mad just because I'm learning, like seeing the game a little bit more than I'm playing again. I'm just like, yeah, okay, so this is this is this is that, this is this, like being a spot up shooter, just seeing cuts. And what I noticed is these players are young, man. A lot of players I hoop with are my age, and they have the natural basketball IQ that I don't even see in the NBA, but it's because they're older. Like, if I'm going for a play and I'm open and I'm about to cut, the dude knows to hit me here. I'm going to pass it to the dude for the wide open three. We ain't even talk. But a lot of things, that's just come from playing basketball. And I noticed that when I was 18, there's no way in hell I would have thought about that. Playing hooping. In no way I would have been like, do this, do that. And that's when I related to these players, and it's starting to open my eyes a bit, man, because I know when I was 18, my decision-making was terrible. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I just say, you got to give these players time. I know they're adults. I know they grown-ass men. But learning the sport of basketball and mastering it is very hard. It's hard to master anything out here. Shout out to all of the people that came through in the chat. We just hope the Pistons get a high pick and we can be great. Look, the Pistons won 20 games. I was definitely wrong about that because I thought Blake Griffin would be on the team and be healthy. But even that has to be the best 20-game season I ever watched, because it lets me know that we're not going to win 20 games next year. I don't know how many teams could say they watched their team win 20 games and they were 100% sure they're going to win at least 10 more next year just because of what they saw in those games. So
I think we're gonna be at least at the minimum.
I think we're gonna be better, but I'm being low. I think we're gonna win at least 35 games. I think we 34, 35 or more right now. But because I think our team is gonna be way better. They just had to get their feet wet a little bit. So before we go, man, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to drop a few more questions. I had to do this show long because the show was supposed to drop yesterday, but bro, I was so tired that I took a nap, woke up, and was still sleepy. That's why I'm like, yeah, I gotta go to sleep, bro, because I had like 3 hours of sleep and went to work, so I had to handle that, bro. But we here, man. He said if Leeds gets a jumper, all bets are on. This is the last question, y'all. If everyone reaches their maximum potential of the players we have now, who will be the best player? This is gonna be fun. We gonna start with you, Bravo.
On our team?
Yeah, so if everybody on the squad, the young player, we ain't talking about guys like Frank Jackson, was able to reach their max potential, who do you think would be the best player?
Talking about the rookies only or the older team?
The players that matter.
That's a tough one. I think the most one, if we reach your potentials, their ceiling, the guy is most probably likely is going to be the best player on our team is Killian Hayes.
I was gonna say Killian Hayes too, because
it's too. So.
See, great minds think alike, and I'm gonna go all around why we think. I think it's Killian because it's a guard league. If Killian reaches ceiling, because we have Killian, we're gonna be a great team. Simple as that. What you think, Bravo?
Yeah, I think it's Killian Hayes. That's what I thought. So,
yeah.
What about you, the bread?
Yes, I think Killian Hayes, and I think him more in particular because he makes all the other players better too. You know what I'm saying? So, and him being able to score, assist, and rebound, and play the defense he does, and make players better, nobody else on the team be able to match that.
Exactly. Let's hope we hope we can get there, because I want to tell Pistons fans, I know this is a long time frame, but we winning the chip the next 15. I know that's a long ass time frame, but we winning the chip in the next decade or 15 years, bro. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be because of these players we got right here. Whether we have to trade them for more pieces, I don't care. What we building right here, these first 2 years with Troy Weaver, is gonna turn into a championship for us. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Call me crazy, man. I would say Killian because he could become close to happening to a triple-double like Westbrook. Yeah, Westbrook don't play D like him. Woo. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the show. Shout out to all the people in the chat, man. We've been on for damn near 3 hours. Don't ever say I didn't show my dedication. But we out, man. Make sure you guys like the video, man. It's above the rim. We did the rookie season recap. Shout out to my man Big Ben for making the Hall of Fame along with Kobe and Tim Duncan and Chris Webber. But we out.